really shouldn't have wasted that.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Roll with Advantage. Welcome to this very fine, very joyous session we now find ourselves in. Book 8, Chapter 1. Yes, a new book has dawned on our party members, and we'll see if they make it to the end of this one. So with that, let's go ahead and roll the intro and get started. We're back. Thank you to, just right off the top, to Gemma for this wonderful snowy overlay. Incredibly decadent and,
look at it, so
one might say, gaudy. It's not gaudy. It is incredibly frozen. Feel free to check out Gemma's Instagram there. It's just linked in the chat by the one and only Soul Cimmeriel.
It was leaked in the chat.
Insider.
Here's Gemma's address. Go support her.
So with that, let's go ahead and dive into tonight's session. So, as is tradition here on Roll with Advantage, I do not do the summary. I instead have my players do the summary. This week on summary is...
It's me.
Felicity.
No, I'm not. Okay, cool.
Nope, you're good. Take it away.
Okay. Alrighty. So last session, we pick up with the party convening in order to basically decide that yes, indeed, we are going to resurrect Keothi. So there's kind of like a final say, like speak your piece. Otherwise, this is what we're doing, kind of thing. And then the party minus Ajax and Bianca go to tell the king, basically that is who they have chosen to do the ritual for. And they also mentioned that there may be another armor ritual, and the king recommends to do the armor ritual first and the resurrection ritual second. During the interaction, Ajax and Bianca spar, having a little bit of back and forth. Ajax basically wanting to not only test out his spear, but also make sure that Bianca is kind of sharp on her skills, as well as give her something to focus on during this time that isn't the present happenings. But after that, everyone comes together to support Bianca as she goes to the forge in order to transform Natalia's soul and put it into a suit of armor in order to protect her. And during that ritual, she does actually get to see memories of her mother and even for a moment interact with her mother briefly before the ritual is concluded. And there's just a little bit of a goodbye moment, which is very sweet. Following that, we do move on to the resurrection ritual for Keothi. There are 3 gifts presented. Cecily bringing a stone carved with a story written in primordial. It's very beautiful. Caracilla singing one of Keothi's own songs, and Suni offering his own scales, his own DNA for his sister Keothi. Through all those gifts, the ritual is successful and Keothi does return. After a very emotional 2 moments for the party, we are all called back to the keep. For Baldur has some stirrings going on. They're like, you gotta hurry on down there. Baldur's acting a little funky. So party does get down there, and because like no time like the present, Baldur's like, what the fuck, who are you? Not who are you, but like, it's acting like a stranger. And the rest of the party's like, wait, were we not just friends like 20 minutes ago? So Baldur is vicious and is all about Odin and is like, you killed my nephews, I'm gonna kill you, or you have to turn yourselves in now, XYZ. And Ajax jumps right on the opportunity to shut that down, but as that spar kind of happens, Bianca steps in for a moment, trying to calm everything, but to no avail. But then to everyone's surprise, Odin shows up and basically smites, slays, belittles, all of that to Baldur to everyone's surprise. Yet everyone is scared. And then, another plot twist. It's not Odin, it is Loki. And Loki's basically like, wanted to stir some chaos, bye bitches. Leaves, and now we're fucked. So, we're all like, damn, another murder that could potentially be blamed on us in the Odinson family. What do we do? The king advises to get our asses out of there as soon as possible. We do have wards of protection on us, and we are escorted out as soon as possible. And basically we go back through the mines and the caves, and despite no matter rain or shine, darkness or light, we travel through the caves to get to Maester as fast as we can, being chased by the monsters in the caves. And after a few close calls and a lot of HP for some people being hacked down, everyone does make it through the caves to arrive at the gates of Maester, which of course are being attacked because Maester is always under attack by these giant ice creatures. And as everyone tries to catch their breath looking at the ice creatures, they see a volley of arrows coming at them, and that is where we left off. So.
Whew. Thank you, Felicity. Wonderful job. So as all of you, like I said, appear outside of the bridge, out of a large stony outcropping right near there, exiting from the underways, and you begin to run towards the gate, there are these icy portals that begin to open, and these massive creatures begin to emerge. Several of the creatures that are very, 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 very familiar to all of you, creatures that you had seen in Periton before. You see one large creature that stands about 13, 14 feet tall, massive great axe in its hand, and you can see this shimmering shield of ice wrap and revolve all around it. That creature appears in front of you. Then 3 more creatures appear behind the 6 of you. You see 2 knights with sword and shield, also very familiar to you from Periton. And then finally, 1 creature spawns in the very, very back. You can see this creature wearing these wispy robes of ice and snow wrapping around themselves, and another shimmering sphere of ice that covers it in this protective layer. You can see the creature has bits of magic and frost that revolve around it, and a staff in its hands. So you see 4 creatures that are here, 2 of which types you recognize, the other one you do not. So let me go ahead and...
But we see all of them, right?
You do see all of them, yes.
Okay. And we have a volley of arrows coming towards us, right?
Correctamundo.
Nice.
Nice.
So, here we go. So, all of you are right smack dab in the middle of this bridge leading in to Maester. You can see that off to your left and to your right, there's only maybe a 5-foot drop down because of how much snow and ice has been packed into this moat. You can see the creatures that spawn in front of you. They are immediately surrounding all of you, and you can see in the very, very top, all amongst this wall that is probably 20, 25 feet tall, with these spiraling towers right next to the gatehouse that go up an extra 30 feet up into the air. You can see this line of archers on them that just knock arrows, dip them in this bright, bright, bright orange and red flame. They pull the arrows back and they draw as a man at the very center of the gatehouse, seemingly wearing much finer armor and weaponry of a higher station than the rest of them, shouts out for the archers to take a volley at the bridge. So, with that, I would like all 6 of you to roll initiative.
I'm rooting for you, Carousella.
Yeah.
Guess you rolled that 20.
You did?
Really?
So did I!
Hey.
So funny.
I'm trying to look at something just real quick.
Okay, I'm gonna roll initiative for Sunny.
Can I look at class?
Oh my goodness.
Rage.
Did they change things on D&D Beyond? Other than the obvious news.
It looks like they
I'm trying to
flipped
find
stuff.
the...
It looks like at least the features have been flipped.
I'm trying to figure out where you click.
What?
For
Mine looks the
initiative.
same.
Mine looks
Mine
exact
does
same.
not.
Bruh.
Unfortunate.
Oh.
Well, let me roll the dice.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out if I have advantage on initiative or not. If that's a thing that I have.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ, you guys.
Here.
There we go. Oof.
Hey.
Carasilla, what was your initiative value total?
34.
Very nice.
Okay, feral instincts. You have advantage on initiative rolls. Okay, cool. Just make sure.
Cecily with a 5.
I rolled 2 19s. That's amazing.
Hey, all right.
So it's a dirty 20.
Okay. All righty. Look at that. And then, Ajax, what is your dexterity modifier? Or what's your dexterity score? Sorry.
My dexterity score is 13.
13. Okay. All right. Sounds good. Okie dokie. So with that, we will go ahead and dive right in at the top of the turn order. Before those first arrows that were fired can come down, we start with Carasilla.
I mean, is it actually Carousel first, or would it not be Bianca?
Oh, it's because D&D or Foundry didn't do the +10. So we'll just say 35 for Bianca. We'll round up there. All right, so it's Bianca first on the turn order.
Okay. All right. So there is a big guy, smaller guys, and a mage, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't think it's probably a bad idea to do a lot of damage right away because I don't want to get hit. But I don't have much else to do than to do that. What if? Okay. I'm going to. Oh, I don't have my blood curse out yet. Or blood maledict. Okay. I don't think so. I don't remember igniting that last session. Okay. Even though I don't want to do. Okay. Maybe we'll just play it safe this round. Okay, we're gonna do first 2 Deadeye attacks. No, I don't want to do that. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Going first is hard. Okay. We're just gonna not do the blood maledict. We're gonna go up and use Reaper's Toll. So we're just gonna step forward. Ooh, I can't. Game is paused, Joe.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Pop.
It's okay. Alright, we're just gonna step forward. And then we will use Reaper's Toll twice. So 2 swings. Oh my god, a nat 20 again? This is fun. This is a good time. And then a 12. A nat 20 and a 12.
Okay.
I think.
So as you swing out the first time, you can see as you begin to bring that blade down, slashing across the chest of this creature, you can see by divine intervention, your blade is able to cut through the icy shield that is surrounding this monstrous knight. You can see that as it does cut through, you do land that strike and that damage, but as you wheel the sword around the second time and bring it down, it's not that the creature dodges out of the way, and it is not that the AC is too high. You realize that before you can even strike at the creature, that your sword immediately clings with the shield of ice that is currently enveloping and surrounding it, making it invulnerable to damage. But luckily with a natural 20, that is enough to override that or counteract that.
Okay. If this is an action, does it seem like it's magical, like something that can be like dispelled, or is it like, did you already explain this and I'm just stupid?
No, this is new. This is new.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, does this seem magical now that she's like up and like in its business?
Oh yeah, it definitely seems magical. It is definitely some type of magical effect enhancing these creatures.
Okay. And she's probably not familiar with the effect, so she probably can't say too much about it to the rest of the party, right?
No, sadly not. You would recognize that your weapon wouldn't even have made contact even if you did roll higher. So you would recognize that on the second one.
Interesting. Okay. So basically, all right, that's too meta probably to ask. Okay. Well, yeah, I know. I was just thinking that too after I already did my choices, Carosilla. Okay. So, well, I'll roll my damage, and then my plan was to use Shadow Slide and fucking back up and disengage. So I don't know if Carosilla, if I could go here, if that would be a bad idea. Would that be okay? Or
I need to be able to touch you. That's all that matters.
well, that's what I didn't know. If would you be fine with stepping over here, or where do you want to be
whatever.
next?
You do
Okay.
you, babes.
I don't know. Okay, we'll do that. I'll back up that far, and then yeah, my damage. So it's full. So it's 12 plus whatever I'm rolling now. 9. Oh wait, no, plus the 2d8. So that's then that's 12 plus 16 plus 18. That's damage.
Okay.
Math right there.
That's math.
Do you want me to add it? Because I got my calculator.
No, it's okay. Okay, so minus 18 initially, and then 2d8 26. 16 plus 6. 22. Okay. Alright. Additional 22. Okay. Alrighty. As the blade makes contact and as you hit and then shadow slide away next to Cecily, you can see that you're right on the edge of the bridge, and you can see that you can drop down. Safely, you could drop down onto the ice and snow. You're just not sure if it would have any adverse effect on your movement speed. It is ice, it is snow, but it's not a drop where you take any damage from it.
Okay.
Okie dokie. So
oh, and then she will say, if she can, just like after she's done moving, that I don't know if we can just break through that shield. I tried it twice. It was very hard, and basically give everyone a warning that the shields are really strong. I'm not sure how to handle that.
okay.
That's all I got.
All
Don't hurt
right.
me.
Sorry, Kayla just asked me what I wanted for food because she's the best wife ever.
Aww.
Okay, all right, sorry. I just really wanted a cheeseburger. Watched the menu the other day, and that cheeseburger looks so fucking good. Oh. Ooh. Okay. Alrighty. So with that is the end of Bianca's turn. We then move to Carosilla. Carosilla, I will say that in this moment, Carosilla, you are. I'm sure Gemma might be aware too, but Carosilla is very aware of how cold it is here and how the heat she feels from the Hellfire dagger seems undisturbed by any of that cold.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I just want to make sure. I'm okay. I'm here.
I perspire you because I'm an idiot,
Okay.
but yes, I'm aware.
That is not what I said, but okay.
That's what I said.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. So, first plan of attack. Going to. We'll move over to pump in some Koyua wounds for Bianca, but using it as the quickened thing from the Gleeman cloak, so it's only my bonus action. And here, take a 4th level. You're welcome. 23.
Ooh.
Heal yourself up.
Oh.
Hey, wait, you roll twice, I take the higher. That's my feature.
Bruh.
Yay.
That's fun.
That is
Well, let me
fun.
get back to my spells. Blah, 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 blah. Where is it? Okay, take the first.
That's fine.
That's fine. Yes. So, bonus action. And then with her action then, she'll... How is Bianca looking?
How's who looking?
Yeah, okay. I'll then, with my bonus action, first of all, will use Resolution to heal up Ajax by 3, because everything matters.
It does.
Enjoy the fact that it says piercing damage there. I promise you it's not.
Yeah. So Ajax,
payback.
she like grabs onto Bianca, dispels the enhances her with the pure like healing magic, and then turns around to you, and you're like looking at the enemies in front of you and behind you, and Carousel just throws a dagger at you.
I imagine it has this
What are
thing
you-
where it kind of like, it's magic and it's not actually damaging, so it like stops right in front and it has like this glow effect.
This is revenge, bitch, for biting me. So yeah, as soon as it lands right near your
I
face, and
stab
there's this
Ajax.
dispersal of magic as you feel it sort of sprinkle over your wounds, and they begin to close up
Coke
just
dagger?
a little bit.
You throw a coke dagger at me, it just exploded into cocaine, and I'm not healed.
Yeah.
Magical
and then
powder. Yeah.
Second dagger, because it's a fucking radius effect, I believe Spellboy up there is the only one I can target without killing, or not, without hurting people. So we'll then shuck the Hellfire dagger aggressively. Oh no, not at all. What a
Oh,
10,
no.
but then fail miserably. So I rolled up that one. I should have rolled the better dice. So gets my real dice trained to be within that 20. This does not. So yeah, I will try and I'll fail, and that is my turn.
Well, let me double check something on the Hellfire dagger here.
It's only when it hits.
Okay. Well, lucky for you, as you throw the dagger, throwing it at these individuals with the shields around them, as the dagger doesn't impact anywhere near the person, but it does impact into that frozen shield around it. So as the dagger impacts into the frozen shield, you can see there is this discharge of fire energy that shatters the ice, as the ice around this entity in particular fades and breaks away and is no longer formed. So yeah, for any of these creatures, now that you've kind of seen it, you figured out, these creatures are invulnerable to all damage until some type of fire magic, 3rd level or above, is used to dispel the frost shields that enchant them. When they're hit with that frost magic, it does no damage. Or that fire magic, it does no damage, but it dispels the shield and allows them to be damaged. And as of right now, to your understanding as a group, these shields cannot regenerate during combat. At least you haven't seen that yet. Okay?
Cool.
Make sense?
Okay.
The only caveat to that rule is on natural 20s, it will pierce through the frozen shield. Because it's never fun to lose out on a natural 20. All right. Carousel, is that it?
That it.
All right, it wasn't
You got
worthless.
movement?
Yay.
All right, here we go. The Warlord. He is going to step forward 1. And yeah. So with that great axe in hand, Carasilla, you are the first person in the way. So he's going to take a swing at you with the great axe. Attack. Ooh, that is not very high, actually. That is a 15 to hit.
Yeah, it still hits.
Oh, wow.
Oofer.
That's crazy.
I have a +2 to my dex. My AC's 14.
Oh, wow. Oof.
We gotta fix that.
And then, let's see, that will be, what's that at? What? Oh, okay. All right, and then that'll be 15 points of damage. Then he is going to, pretty much, he is going to grab onto you, Carasilla, and attempt to shove you out of the way, and he's going to attempt to shove you off the bridge. this direction. So I need you to make an either athletics or acrobatics check, contesting the warlords.
Does she get an increase because of Suni's aura?
No,
That's not
that is
save, right?
yeah, that's only saves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But that is a good question.
Okay. Well, I have possible in my acrobatics, so let's see. 16?
Why am I bad at math?
Hey, me too.
Yeah, that's just hard.
Math is pretty difficult.
Wait, what did you say again? 16?
Yeah.
Okay,
Chuck
sorry.
it in Do it.
I was thinking so he will succeed as he pushes into you, and you do go flying those 10 feet this direction. And as you sort of hit up against the railing of the bridge, you sort of end up tripping and falling, landing prone. Like I said, you take no damage, but as you fall prone, you do sink about 2 feet into the snow. So moving throughout any of the ice and snow that's not the bridge, you will have disadvantage on any dexterity saving throws, and then your movement speed is also halved. It's difficult terrain.
Nice.
Alrighty, but then he is going to step forward, and as he does, that's only the 2 attack actions. At the end of his turn, Bianca, Cecily, and Suni, you guys take 4 points of cold damage just being within 5 feet of him.
Okay.
Flashbacks.
Is this so? Is it? Can I do Hellish Rebuke anytime I take, like, as a reaction from taking damage that way?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do that to get that shield off of him at the very least. Boom.
But what level does it cast Hellish Rebuke at?
Third.
Second.
Cast it at 2nd level. So yeah, you can see Bianca as you the icy winds whip towards you. These like blades of ice and snow cut into your flesh. You see you throw up that hellish fire, but you can see that it's just snuffled out by or snuffed out by the ice and wind surrounding the creature. Be a fun Muppet or Sesame Street character, one of the 2 Snuffle.
Yeah. Well, there goes my Hellish Rebuke for the day. You said it was 4 cold damage?
4 cold damage, 4 flat cold damage. No saving throw, it just happens.
Okay. Well. Cool.
Alrighty. So that is the end of its turn. It's just going to stand there menacingly. With that, Ajax, it is your turn.
Okay, so question. Ajax has fought these things before,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Is there anything, because I don't really remember entirely, is there anything of note other than they have a cold aura and they have these cold shields? Like, does Ajax remember, like, their tactics or what they use for doing stuff?
Yeah, so at least of the creatures that you see here, what they had before that truly made them very dangerous in Periton is some of the lesser knights, like the smaller ones here, they were wearing like beholder eyes that were casting these anti-magic cones. That's what made them so dangerous in Periton. They seem to not have those. They seem to just have those icy shields around them. You do remember, though, that these creatures in particular are very, very, very well-seasoned warriors. They fight well. They've been known to parry, to riposte. Very skilled in the art of war. So
Okay.
one-on-one combat, person to person, is definitely their strength.
Okay. So another question. Did my rage carry over from... No, I probably didn't, because he fought Boulder. That's when I actually rage. Never mind. Bonus
yeah,
action
so no.
rage.
Okay, all right.
And yeah, knowing that Ajax has fought these things before, I'm not going to talk as Ajax as he does it, but he's going to start like just yelling like combat tactics mid-combat, and he's going to yell out about the fire to focus the ones with the shields with higher fire magic. He's going to point to what looks like a mage in the back and say, take that one out, And also, if Cecily will allow me to, Ajax is going to use some of his movement to move Cecily away from this creature that is in front to his side.
Absolutely. She would
So
do that on her own.
I want to move Cecily here with some movement, if you'll let me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I do that, Joe?
Yeah, move her. Yeah, she's willing. Go for it.
Okay.
I'll just
So-
move my Tinker to.
Yeah. Ajax is gonna move Cecily and like using that momentum, take out the spear and kind of like put it on his shoulder and like swing it very far because he has a reach of 10 feet now. And he is going to. Oh shit. Wait. Well, now I'm rethinking this because I'm not gonna do any damage to these people because they have these shields and I only do divine damage. That's poopy. Unless I
There's a mage back
Bale
there.
fire.
Balefire is radiant. It's not fire.
Damn it. I missed my greatsword. No, I'm just kidding.
Just roll natural 20s. I don't know what the problem
Yeah.
is.
Just jump over the two knights and go fight the ice mage.
Yeah.
Let's do this. So hard for you.
Take the attack
I
of
want to,
opportunity. Don't be a bitch.
Yeah.
No, this is what's gotten Ajax into trouble every single time. He does really stupid shit. Takes unnecessary damage.
Can you push him back? So that we don't take any
I have
cold
a
damage?
shield that does that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sorry, I'm taking forever because I have
Hey, I did that too.
a lot of new shit. Yeah. Ajax is going to run up. Boom! Shield bash this motherfucker. And expend a charge to push a creature at least 5 more feet away and knock them prone. Oh wait, no. Within reach of 5 feet, you can expend 1 charge to push that creature an additional 10 feet. So I guess it's 15 feet?
Yeah,
push
'cause
a
you're
creature
just
5
using-
feet with an additional 10.
Is that then? That's just a bonus action thing. Okay, yeah, then cool. Yeah. So you immediately rush up to the creature. Go ahead and make a strength check, which you'll make with advantage because you're raging. 14
Strength, mine's 14 too.
for athletics.
Oh. I rolled a 10. I add +4. Athletics. Oh,
Yep.
plus 8, 18.
Okay, yep. So it does fail. So you do knock it back 5 feet. Are you expending a charge to the 15 feet?
Yes, and it gets knocked prone.
Okay, 15.
Why is there 2 of me?
There's 2 of you.
There is.
Not on
no,
my
there's
screen.
not. I don't know what's
I don't see
happening.
2 of you either.
What the hell?
Sounds like a you problem.
It's like, okay, there we are. I got it.
All
Okay,
right.
so I think that is. I'm so sorry, it's taking me so long.
It's all right.
Bonus action. Yeah. So now I still have an attack.
I think so. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. He's gonna take the attack of opportunity.
Yay.
He's gonna run here.
Okay. Yep. You just take the attack of opportunity there. Sword. Swing.
My AC is
21.
19. Okay, that is.
That is oofy. Bad damage. 6 points of slashing damage. Reduced to 3.
Hell yeah, dude!
Look at that.
Told you it was worth it. Ayo.
You took
Alright.
non-elemental damage.
Alright. 2 attacks with the Heaven's Breath Spear. First attack. Oof. Really shitty. Oh, it's a +10 though? It's a 17.
That hits.
Okay, so you know what? This is taking me forever. So I'm just gonna fucking roll in here because this is at this point dumb. So I'm just gonna roll the damage. Oh, it already rolled. Shit, I mean to roll twice. So the first one's
both 25.
25 plus, I believe, my feature with my divine, whatever the hell, gives me some extra shit too. Yeah,
Yep.
divine fury. I get a d6 plus 3.
Minus
Five
5,
there.
minus your rage damage too.
It's a plus 2, so it's extra 7.
Okay. All right. Creature's
and
injured.
Now, cool. Second attack.
It's such a slow roll.
Ah, 14. Damn.
That hits.
Oh yeah, get fucked.
Tis a mage.
19.
Okay.
Plus 8 plus 2, so an extra 10, so 29.
Plus an additional 8.
Because
Use
of the
the 10.
divine fury. Yeah, so total on that strike is 28.
Ooh, yeah, got it. You
So-
are heard.
Shield bash. Run. Swipe, swipe. That's his turn.
Okay, yeah, you run. You barrel through, you hold up your shield, but the creature's able to make that one slash at you, but using that barbaric rage to fuel you, you get further, you make those 2 jabs, and that creature looks rough. I believe I reinstalled a module that I had really liked. If you hover over her,
I
she
see
should
it,
say
near
near
death.
death. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. She is looking real rough. This icy spirit just kind of, our icy undead soul just kind of barely clinging together. You can see the magic manifesting in its hands. Not looking too hot.
Ajax is gonna call that out, just so everyone knows. And that's his turn.
And here comes the volley. Now, I just want to let all of you know that you all that went right there reacted faster than the volley that had been fired up and landed. So the arrows were in the
Oh my
air as
God.
you guys were doing all that, and they now come crashing down onto the battlefield. So I need everybody on the bridge. So Carasilla, you do not need to make this saving throw. I need everybody on the bridge specifically to make a dexterity saving throw.
I was gonna leave the bridge.
Oh. Well,
Mine roll.
Oh, but for this you'd get Suni's aura
16.
thing, right?
Yep. For this, Cecily,
Not
Bianca, and Keothi would get the. Or
So that's
give them a roller.
Would this proc danger sense? I have advantage on dex saving throws against effects that you can see while not blinded, deaf, and incapacitated?
Yes, there is a goddamn fireworks show in the sky of arrows on
Sweet.
fire coming down towards you.
Even better, 18.
Dexterity saving throw. Keothi is looking at a. I'll roll this. Public. 13. All right, cool. Nice. Still a failure.
Theo's
and-
got him.
Even with the aura?
Oh,
How much
I
aura
didn't add
gives
anything to my aura.
13. Oh yeah, with the +4 from Suni, that would be a success then. All right.
Hell yeah. I wanna keep her
Suni's,
alive.
Suni, I'm sure is fine. Public. Oh wait, no, that is with the aura. Sorry, since I rolled it on Foundry, it did it automatically. I can see. Keothi doesn't have any modifiers to her dexterity. It was literally just Suni standing near her. It automatically did it. So Keothi does fail. Suni does succeed though. So, okay, everybody succeeds except for Keothi. Keothi will take 21 points of piercing and fire damage. The rest of you will take 10. Ajax, you will take. Okay, so you're gonna take 6 points of fire damage,
Okay.
and then 2 points of piercing damage. 8 damage total.
Woo!
Wait,
Nice.
you said how much the people succeed take
10.
what damage? 10 was any? You said some of that was fire damage though.
Yes, some of that was fire.
So I'm resistant.
You are resistant, so you will not take 10. Instead, you will take. Wait. Okay. 6, 3, plus 4. 3 plus 4 is 7. You'll take 7 points of damage.
Right, okay.
Woo! God, you guys and your goddamn resistances.
We're fucking crunching these numbers.
I
tonight.
know. I'm glad that I had it roll 46 piercing fire, or else that would have been a nightmare to do.
I forgot the second wind blaster. Nah, whatever. That's fine. Okay.
What can you do? All right. That, and you can see the captain that is at the very top of the gate. You can see him looking down over the edge, and you can see him focus. He's going to make a perception check. I want to let all of you know, by the way, they are up. Like that gatehouse, the top of it is probably 35, 40 feet up in the air. It's very, very, very tall. And there is currently these rapid winds and snow that are blowing down. Your visibility for the city and the wall is this bridge. Like what you see on the battle map right now is how far your visibility goes in terms of what you can see.
Ajax at all.
So yeah,
Just
these
a white
people
circle
on the
lying
bridge,
on the bridge.
they hear the
mean-
fighting, they see the clash of flame, they see that, but it's really hard to see from where they're at. So the captain of the guard is going to make a perception check.
Parasol's cloak is very colorful, if that helps.
That's a natural 20. You
Okay.
can see the captain of the guard. He sort of is looking down for a moment, and his eyes squint. And he says,
There are civilians! Civilians out there! Hold your fire! Open the gates! Send out guards!
and you can see all of the arrows released from their nocks, except for a few, probably 4, right at the main gate. They keep those arrows knocked. And from this point on, they're going to be going into more focused fire for what they can see. It's a good roll. All right, with that, we come to the knight's turns. So let's see. This knight, Ajax, considering what you just did, it's going to run up towards you.
Yeah.
Actually, it's going to run right here, kind of interpose itself. And yeah, it's going to go ahead and make 3 attacks. You can see that with this sword, it's just these rapid slashes that are even more buffed by the ice that is swirling and circling around it. So 1 normal. Wow, that's a 7. That's great. Okay. Second one.
Actually, I want to repost that attack.
Okay, all right, sounds good.
Fuck, wait, no, I don't. He's got a shield. I'm not gonna do any damage.
Are you sure?
Sorry. Yeah, no, Ajax would know not to repost. It's not gonna do anything.
Okay. All righty. So then we have the other 2 attacks. Attack. Normal. That's a 24. That's gonna hit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for damage, we are looking at 15 points of damage, half to 7.
Okay.
And the third attack, we are looking at a big fat 12.
Yes.
Just a miss. That is the end of that creature's turn. We then move to Keothi. At the start of Keothi's turn, since she was just revived, brought back from the brink of non-existence, she is immediately at the top of her turn. I'm going to roll a D100 for her. And if she rolls a 90 or higher, then she can act on her turn. If not, she's just going to be kind of incapacitated for the time being. She is just returned from the precipice of, like I said, not existing. It ain't easy being out here. Yeah, that was that's close. That was an 86. Damn near. You can see she was like standing up, and she began to pull this natural clerical energy between her hands that eventually just dissipates as she just decides to take a defensive position and will take the dodge action.
Yeah.
Frost Druid.
Yeah.
You can
get up,
see-
Frost Druid.
You can see the creature, it just sort of is heaving those wisps of cold air. They're kind of sputtering and not blowing nearly as hard as they once were, but you can see that as it sort of leers back. You have that reach, don't you?
Yep. 10 feet.
Okay. Well, I suppose there's one thing that they can do here. Okay, here's what they're gonna do. They are going to cast Ice Storm. And they are going to cast it centered on a point. Oh god, there's the thing is though, is I don't want it to. Okay, cool. Awesome.
It's already storming ice outside.
You're
Bet
sad,
you-
that's happy.
Bet you feel
That's
silly,
exciting.
don't you? Okay. So I don't want this to do damage to all of you guys. Like I don't want it to have you. Okay, there we go. Okay, so you can see on the sphere right there that is placed, everybody, including one of the other knights, needs to make a saving throw. They succeed automatically because of their shield. But I need all of the rest of you to make dexterity saving throws. Bianca, Cecily, and Keothi will have Suni's bonus.
Ooh. Got 31 plus the bonus.
Whew.
I'm using a point of luck because I got a 5.
30-20.
I know.
So how much is the bonus? I just want to know how
Plus
high
4.
that number is. Okay,
As
35.
usual, my number is
How'd you get a
4. I got a
I have a
1.
plus 12 to my dex save
What?
somehow. I have no fucking clue.
Well, you got a 1? Twice?
Yeah, I used a point of wow. I used a point of luck, and as usual, the number got even lower, so I went from a 2 to a 1.
Wait, how do I have a plus 12 to my dex save? That feels a lot.
Speedy.
I
Speedy girl.
think Keothi rolled a 7. I think Bianca, it's already adding the +4 for saving throws from Suni on Foundry.
But so is that why it says plus 12
Yeah, because you
on
have
my character sheet?
does it say that on D&D Beyond?
Yeah.
Well, then it must be doing its job then. Communicating back and forth. Because the thing is like, so for example, Bianca has +0 in her strength, but she's not proficient in strength modifiers, but she still has +4 to strength saving throws. And that's from Suni's +4 bonus that he gives to nearby allies. So I think it's just one of those moments where Foundry's really working hard to communicate with D&D Beyond, which
Okay.
is great.
That's pretty sick.
Gotcha. Because I was like, wait. I was just going with it, and then I was like, wait a second. That's a lot. Okay, cool. Just 31 then,
Okay.
not 35.
Okay. So, let's see. Oh, uh-oh. Not the baby. Okay, dokie. So anybody who rolled a 15 or higher succeeds, and anybody who rolled a 14 or lower fails. So Carasilla and Cecily and Keothi will take full damage, but the rest of you take half. So Carasilla, Cecily, and Keothi will take 21 points of bludgeoning and cold damage combined. That doesn't matter for any of you, right?
No.
No, okay.
I'm actually immune to alarm for those.
And then Bianca and Ajax, and I forgot to roll for Suni. Suni dexterity saving throw. Suni dexterity saving throw. Natural 20. Fuck yeah. All right. Cool. Of course he would. So he also will then take 10 points of damage, as will you, Bianca, and so will Ajax. No, he won't, because, oh well, he'll take 8. Because 4 of that was bludgeoning. All right. Cool. Sick nasty. With that, we move on to Suni's turn, as that creature does not want to take any movement, or else they will probably die. So Suni, with his Moonblades and his lack of fire-based spells, I subtracted the hit points from you already. It was 8 points of damage.
Me?
Uh-huh.
Thank you, sorry. Log me out of...
Okay. Suni is going to cast Elemental Weapon at 3rd level on himself. Which will affect his weapons. So you can see Suni the Sith Lord appear as you can see the blades in his hand, the moon blades, as he says showtime, twirls them around. The blades of pure force energy emerge, and you can see immediately they're coated in red and gold flame that begin to crackle around the moon blades. Let me just make sure that that is up. That is not. So that will affect his weapons from this point on. Okie dokie. Oh, I have food. Here, back.
My foundry's messed up again. Is that him?
That's not great.
He's just constantly downloading the welcome. Oh, never mind. I'm back.
You get shit done. Oh,
What does this do? Nothing. So how's everyone doing?
Good. I mean, Bianca's not doing good, but I am.
What's Bianca at?
Have a chance, bestie.
35, so where she started, basically, which isn't the worst, but because like Ajax, you look really low, and so does Carousel. So.
all right.
And 42 hit points.
I'm here.
Oh, still more than me. Okay, so we're all about the same.
I haven't seen my wife all day, so I wanted to check and see how her rehearsal went. It went very well. Okay, all
That's
right.
very good.
Suni, being an individual who is always ready to take on the most dangerous task possible, is going to run at the guy that is prone.
Oh my
And
god.
is just gonna... He's just gonna take 2 rapid attacks
Advantage.
using the Moonblades with advantage. And these will be imbued with an extra d4 of fire damage each. Since they're cast in a 3rd level spell slot, they will deteriorate. So the first one that he strikes, we'll see if it is a... Wait, how do you do advantage? Is it shift? No, shift. Yeah, shift is advantage.
Yep.
Oh, it doesn't
I
matter.
right click.
Okay. Oh, right click. Oh,
Right click
advantage.
Well, you can select advantage or disadvantage when you right click.
Okay, so the first attack isn't a natural 20, so as the Moonblade cuts through, it is able to shatter the icy shield around the creature,
Look,
but
Suni.
does not do any additional damage. However, Suni does have an additional attack, which he will go ahead and roll. Attack. That is with advantage since the creature is prone. That is a 29. Gonna go ahead and roll that damage there for him. So a D8, ooh, 1 on the D8. Wait, is that right? I thought these did more. I mean, I made them, and I don't even fucking know.
Yeah, you made it.
Oh, that's right. They're just swords. I forgot about that. Okay, but they're +1, and then the extra D4 for the fire damage. So that'll be 9 points of damage. You know what? Fuck it. Suni ain't about to get outdid by Ajax. He's gonna expend a 2nd level spell slot, and he's gonna Divine Smite. And that's gonna do an extra 48 damage.
It's okay, you're playing like
He's got to
me.
do 50 damage on this one hit.
That's 22
Oh,
points of
that don't
smite damage, but that's still not 50. So that'll be 31 points of damage that he does towards
Not
this.
everything's a competition, but this is.
All right. Suni will then do nothing else because that was his entire action economy. Cecily.
Sweet. Yes, I can
Let's go,
move.
Cecily!
All right, so I would like to make it known that my HP and my die rolls that I'm doing on D&D Beyond are not transferring over to Foundry, as far as I can tell. So my health is actually lower than that. What it says there. But yeah.
Oh, here, let me resync it. That might be the issue.
Okay. Yeah, my D&D Beyond health, which I've been actually keeping up with, is 27.
What? From what did I miss?
Oh boy.
You missed Ice Storm,
Hey,
dude. You made fun of the Ice Storm and you left. It happened.
Damn.
Oh yeah, there we go. All right, it's updated now.
Oh my God, we're so. Sunny's the only one that's
Boom.
like, I'm good, guys.
Oh
Sunny's
my
just
God.
vibing with his lightsabers, just.
Everyone else was like,
Yeah, he's like, I got this guy, you got the rest. We're like, yeah! Kyo's just fucking leaning on the edge. But, here's what we're gonna do. Cecily's gonna... whoop, and then transmute meta magic. Lightning
Yeah.
bolt turns into firebolt, but not the cantrip. And yeah, straight line.
super
So-
serious firebolt.
Yeah, so that'll be 3rd level, so hopefully those go away, and then also the one in the back dies.
Goodbye, Frost.
How many D's is it?
Lightning
86,
bolt
something like
is
that?
8d6, yeah.
No need to roll. It it has 8 hit points. So even if you
All
roll
right.
ones on everything, it would
Hell
still
yeah.
die. You can roll though for fun. See how dead it is.
Okay, and to see if my dice are integrated. See what
Oh
happens.
yeah.
Well, isn't it, if it's a straight line, is it going through those knights as well?
It
Yeah, got rid of the
deteriorates the
shield.
shield, but doesn't do any
Oh.
damage.
Duh, I forgot.
It's open
All right.
season now.
My dice, when I rolled in D&D Beyond, did not appear in Foundry. But that is okay. It did 17 damage.
Okay, 17. Okay, so it is dead.
Did you open your Chrome extension?
Which all said and done, 17 is actually quite low. So, I'm happy to have used a bad damage roll on something like this.
Yeah.
Alright, but that was my action, and I already used a meta magic, so I can't use another. So, Cecily is going to, go here,
Okay.
and then, am I able to go under the bridge? Is that an option?
Yeah, you could. Yeah. I'll
All
just
right.
I'll do this. -5. Oh God.
She's in the snow, buries herself.
Okay. All right.
I'm gonna go
Apparently,
back to the same spot.
apparently, if you say -5, this is. You know what? This is probably why Foundry has an option for a foreground and a background layer now. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, but that's pretty cool.
That still doesn't help you in this situation. So I'll remember that you're there. Can you still access your token if I do that? Like if you go to click on your
yeah.
token. Okay, all right. So
Well, let
Cecily
me-
is there. She's just
Yes,
not.
I can. Cool.
All right.
Yeah, I can see the square, which is nice.
Nice.
I see the
Cool.
-5.
All right. So she's under the ground. Well, under the bridge. The knight's turn. Cecily, that was a good call because you can see the knight immediately was about to go for you as you start to run, and following your path, Bianca is the closest. Well, actually, no, it's not.
Attack of opportunity against that guy?
All right, make your attack of opportunity. You can take damage now.
Let's just go with you fucking bitch. I don't think I can superiority dice that one.
Yeah, as you thrust out with the spear, you are just unable to close that gap as the creature's already moving away, having it been on the outside of your range right there. It's going to move up to Keothi, and it's going to make 3 attacks with disadvantage. Attack, disadvantage. That's an 8. It's a miss. Disadvantage. That is a 15, which is a miss. And then that is a disadvantage. That is a 13, which is a miss. Yeah, taking the dodge action was the way to go, Keothi. Alrighty, 3 attacks made, 3 attacks lost. We move back up to the top of the turner with Bianca. Bianca, it is your turn.
I have a quick question.
Yes?
So someone is prone, they have to use half their movement speed to stand up.
Correct.
But if that person their movement speed happened to become 0, they wouldn't be able to get up. They'd have to stay prone, right?
Correct.
All right, that's what we're gonna try and do. So I'm gonna use Blood Curse of Binding and I'm gonna amplify it too, so that hopefully for a minute, obviously it can make saves at the end of each of its turn to end the curse, but gonna try and get him to basically have 0 movement speed.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead and roll. It's a strength saving throw, DC 16, so it's a little bit of a long shot, but give it a shot
It's a
anyway.
good idea.
Plus 9 to that. DC 16, you said?
Mm-hmm.
That's a failure.
Hell yeah! All right. Well, that's 5 damage to me. Lovely. Okay. So at the start of at the end of his turn, he can roll to try and save out of it. But for now, he's prone. Okay. And I was gonna go and smash him with Suni, but I think I'm gonna help Keothi. So we're gonna move 15 feet over here, and we're gonna do swings with the short sword.
Okay.
Try and help out Keo.
Nice.
So first one is not good. Second one is worse. What the fuck? 2 and a 1. Does a 12 hit? Probably not.
No. On the
Wait.
first one, what's up?
Do we get advantage
wait, if
for
I'm
flanking, or is it a
D6. D6. Add a D6.
Okay.
12, right?
Yeah, you'd need to roll a 6. Okay, yeah. So as you go to strike out, you can see Keothi is trying to do what she can to try and give you that open opportunity. Sadly, it's just not enough. The knight has kind of turned his attention to you. And Bianca, as you go to slash with the sword, you can see immediately the knight goes to parry and repose. So as your sword comes crashing down, he's going to flick your blade back, and he's going for a stab right in your gut with the icy blade that he currently wields.
I hate when the creatures have the same moves as me.
All right. So Bianca, that will be a 23 to hit,
It does.
and that will be 9 points of piercing damage.
Okay. Owie.
Okie With that, Carasilla, we move to your turn. Unless Bianca, there was anything else you wanted to do?
Nope. Oh wait, I did have a question. The flaming arrow people, that's the people that were throwing the volley of arrows, not an actual enemy. Wait. Yeah. Manifest Archer. Okay.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure. That's it.
Okie dokie. Alrighty. No, Carasilla, it's your turn.
Yes.
Skipped you there.
Okay. I have thoughts. First of all, I will unprone myself.
Okay.
Second of all,
Stand up.
yes. That's part of unproning, yeah.
But I'm thrown myself.
I will unprone myself, yes. Second of all, going to wait, let me just check something. Yeah, okay. Gonna use because how tall is this bridge actually before I? It's only like 10 feet or something, you just say?
5 feet.
Ain't tall. 5 feet? Easy. I am going to throw the Hellfire Dagger up, purposefully miss, and I guess get myself to, yeah, because it's the 20, yeah, will use the Devil Grip to widow myself up here.
Oh, nice.
And then...
Which, Carousel, when you go to use that and you fling the dagger, you can see there are these like lashes of fire that connect to your wrist
Hell yeah.
and then cling like string to the blade that repel you up.
Like widow, yes.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to do a little bit of swapsy. I am going to shock resolution at Bianca. To give you... Oh, that's 2 hit. Let's not do that one.
Roll
Oh.
twice. I take the higher.
Oh, bestie, that's great for you. Oh, there you go. 6. Max.
Yay!
And then I am going to, because I believe it will not be getting into this guy's space at all, I want to move up with the speed thingy from the Gleaming Cloak. I cannot remember what it's called. Oh, it's quick thinking, quick magic, okay. Long name anyways. So then I can bonus action, cure wounds, Ajax, and I shall... I will only give you 3rd level. I apologize, but I do not.
I'm going to use my... Where is it? Ravenous Hunger feature. So it's full healing of whatever you're gonna roll for Ajax.
Oh, okay.
What?
Yeah.
So what's that? 3 times
Whatever
a
the
is
max
then
healing would
24?
be. Yeah.
Is it 24? I think it's 24 plus 4, so 28. So take 28 instead of 17.
Oh my god. I'm up to
And
70
after...
now.
Hell yeah, let's see.
Alright, now save
and-
us. Thank you.
Yeah, after just fill it in, I'm just gonna, get back here again. Oh, go very far. I think that was like...
Easy peasy. Just do it.
Yeah, that was 50. Yeah, okay, but. And then I'm using rest. Oh, wait, I didn't even have the rest of the movement. Never mind, I'm gonna be right behind you, Ajax, because I used the rest to get prone. Unprone. There you go. Yep.
All right. It's
Gonna
the
be kind of
warlord's
using
turn.
Ajax as a shield.
He is binded. He is prone. He can still make attacks, so prone on the ground with disadvantage. He's just going to be swinging at Suni's kneecaps and ankles. These attacks are made with disadvantage since he's prone. These are going to be 2 great sword attacks, or 2 great axe attacks.
I hope Suni jump ropes over both of these attacks.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so the first one, even with disadvantage, is a 22.
Well, I suppose.
Just considerable.
Sorry, Suni.
And that'll be 20 points of damage to Suni.
Oh my god.
The second one, attack,
I'm gonna need replacement knees after this combat.
disadvantage. Holy shit! Okay, I need to take a screenshot of that. That was 2 natural 20s. Oh my god.
Dope.
Oh my god.
That's the sickest shit I've ever seen, dude.
Look at that. I'm gonna take a photo because I don't want to use the screen grab tool. Too lazy right
2
now.
natural 20s for what?
His attack roll.
The Warlord's
I-
attack roll?
Yeah, against
Yeah.
Suni.
Wait, why is he attacking?
Because it's his
He
turn.
can still attack.
He couldn't get up.
Yeah, you can
is
attack
he
when you're prone.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Oh, and it's what you did.
So
oh,
he's
I
on the
see.
ground just going,
That's funny. I was like, wait a second. I was like, what's he doing? That's fair. Okay.
I thought
I see.
I thought you had me in a gotcha there. I was like, wait.
I was trying to gaslight you, that's for sure.
Okay, here, I'm gonna post it.
It was pretty strong. It was pretty strong.
There you go. 2 natty 20s. Oh god. All right.
That's absolutely garbage.
And then plus another 12. So plus another 2d6.
Well, Carousel, you might have to start
44
healing
points of
Suni
damage. Suni is at 24.
now. Oh my god.
Suni will then take 4 points of damage being within... Wait, is this the second time
my
he's taken
God.
that damage?
Yes.
Yes, it is. So he will instead take 8 points of cold damage. As you can see, the ice never removed itself from Suni. Now that he's even closer to it, it's just cutting and lacerating into him even
Oh my God.
more.
This one's worse than the frost troll. It's Jax.
All right.
Damn that shit.
Okie dokie. It's the end of the Warlord's turn. He can't do anything else. Oh, he gets a strength saving throw to break from your thing, right, Felicity?
Wait, so sorry. I was trying to read something. Could you say that again?
No, you're fine. The strength saving throw for Blood Curse of Binding, that's strength, right?
Yes. Yeah.
That's another failure. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So he's still prone. He still can't move at all. He's still there. All right. Ajax, it is your turn.
Okay. Does Ajax see what just happened to Suni back there?
Yes. You can see Suni. He's like getting ready to jump. He's crouched, and you can see instead of going with the slashing end of the great axe, the warlord that is currently on the ground uses the flat end of the axe and just smacks Suni twice, once in the side, knocking him over, and then bringing the flat end down right on Suni's back, sort of knocking him to his knees almost.
Okay, so I'm going to use. I'm going to back up using 5 feet of my movement, or I guess an extra 10 feet of. What is it when you push people? Is it your movement doubled or whatever? I want to back up and put Carasilla here, so I want to go one step.
Oh yeah, it's just difficult terrain if the creature is willing.
Okay, so that would be 10 feet instead of 5. Carasilla,
Yeah.
are you willing to go backwards?
No, yeah.
Okay, so he's gonna just defensive stance, shield up,
phalanx.
just walk backwards. Yeah, walk backwards. So that means he still has 35 feet of movement left over after
Now,
that.
you do take an attack of opportunity since you leave that creature's attack range. That is a doo-doo roll, so I'm sure that's a miss. That is, I wish this was in a better spot. I guess I'll just roll like that. Yeah, it's a 14. That's a miss.
Okay, cool. So that's a miss. Now, this is a little wonky. So I moved. He missed, and I can repose, which means I can use a reaction to attack.
Yeah.
Can I do that on my turn?
Yeah, you can use your action whenever.
Sweet. So reaction attack for repose. It's a 12 plus 10. 22 to hit.
Yeah, that is.
And then we go ahead and roll that damage. There's that. Oh, 1d8 plus 1d6 plus 3. So this guy takes 23 plus, so 33 points of damage with my repost attack.
Okay, all right. Looking rough.
So phalanxing backwards. That was just his reaction. Let me go ahead and mark off my spirit dice. I'm also going to. I'm just going to keep that actually. Yeah. So I'm going to take an attack against this guy. Ooh, that's a 17 to hit.
17 to hit on the second attack. That is just a miss.
No. Okay, fine. Third attack. That's even worse. 14 to hit.
No, that's gonna be a miss.
Okay. Well, that's fine because yeah. Action surge.
Why won't you die?
Oh wait, does action surge? Okay, it doesn't give me movement. Okay. Second, another attack. That's even worse than the last one. It's 12 to hit. I'm gonna roll in here. Maybe the virtual dice will help me. Virtual dice? Okay, well, that's doo-doo. So I guess I'm just gonna use the rest of my movement to push Carasilla, and I back this way. So Carasilla right here.
Okay. Good choice.
Second win because I didn't do anything else.
Okay. John, I just want to let you know, I know your feels when you miss all your action surge attacks, and I'm very sorry.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Second win.
Oh my.
Oh, buddy.
Oh
happening?
man. Oh man.
That's tough stuff, my guy.
Okay, that's my turn.
Okay, all right. I'm very sorry about that.
Oh my god.
Okay, so you can see the archers up at the top. There's now only 4 of them that are left, and they are going to take shots specifically at creatures that they can recognize. So the first thing they're going to do is make a perception check. That's going to be an 18 from them, so they're able to get a pretty clear idea of what's going on. Honestly, the one that is closest to them that they can take the best shots on, because it's the biggest target, is going to be the warlord. It is prone though, so those attacks are going to be with disadvantage, but they're elevated up in the air. I usually say that's a d6. This time around, I'm gonna say that it cancels out, so it's a straight roll. He's a big target directly below them. It's not hard to hit. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and oh, well, it's not even a roll to hit, it's a dexterity saving throw. And he's prone, so disadvantage for him.
His speed is 0.
Yeah.
So isn't he incapacitated?
No, it's just
It
movement
just-
speed.
oh.
Yeah.
Dex saving throw. 15.
It's not
That's
as
failure.
good as other things.
So he's going to take 21 points of damage from that. And you can see that as the turn ends, you can see several the gate begins to open. This large wooden door, probably about 20 feet wide total, 10 feet on each side, braced with iron and magical runes. You can see it begin to creak open as you can see several guards in heavy armor, arcane runes enchanted on it, with these blades very similar to Sunni begin to make their way out. And they will act on the next turn if the enemies are not already dead by then. Okay, so we come up to this knight who, Ajax, you ran away from. He's going to move up to you. So there's going to be the 3 attacks that come against you.
Okay.
1. It's a dirty 20.
Okay. It is.
It's going to be 12 points of slashing damage reduced to 6.
Okay.
Second attack. It's a 25.
Yeah, it's.
That's 9 points of slashing damage reduced to 5.
Okay.
Third and final attack. That is going to be a 15.
Miss.
Hey, all right. Good job.
Can't repost because I used my reaction already.
Oh yeah, and you get your reaction at the beginning of your next turn, don't you?
Yep.
Ooh, that's tough. Alrighty, so you can see on the final strike, he just grazes right past you. You're able to deflect with his shield as the third attack is unable to land its blow. All right, Keothi has to roll an 85 or higher now, and she'll be able to do something. 64. She's getting worse. She's just.
It's cold.
It's cold. She's been
It's
attacked.
uncomfy.
Volley of
Yeah.
arrows.
I mean,
Ice storm.
I don't want to do anything either. So, Felicity, not Bianca.
Yeah.
Bianca wants to do a lot, but Felicity also would sit down and cry.
So, Keothi is about there. She's like, no more. As we come to Sunni, who is near death. He's not going to be dumb about it. He's going to use his lay on hands. He's going to use all 50 points of lay on hands on him.
Oh my god.
No, he'll use 45, leaving himself with 5 just in case there's a person that needs help. So 45.
Well,
Really?
5 is enough for like a status effect, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So that's not just like a commoner.
So 45 plus 15 is 60 plus 1 is 61. All right.
61.
Nice. All right. Sunni is no longer bloodied. You just see this bright flash of green radiant energy as his wounds close. as he is now only injured. No longer near death. However, Suni. Oh, he did need to make a concentration check for the sword. I think it's going to fail in the natural 20. Yep. Okay, so he's no longer concentrating on elemental weapon. That ends. I don't think he has any bonus action attacks. None that are normal. That are part of an attack. Next time you hit a melee creature, Misty Step. Yep. Okay. All right. That's it. His turn. Boom. Cecily, yours.
All right. I'm moving out from under the bridge. So I move 15 feet over here.
Where are you? Oh, there you are.
Yeah. It took me a second to render, but all right. So I move 15 out there. I can just move the 15 back when I'm done if that seems reasonable, but so fireball 20-foot sphere, I assume that would apply to its height as well.
Uh-huh.
My question is, since there's a 5-foot difference, if I aim fireball here, is that still gonna hit the warlord with the height?
Ooh. It says something about how it wraps around corners, right?
Yeah, let me double check the wording here.
Because
Right
if it
streak,
does, yes.
Alright, blossoms with a low roar into an explosion of flame. That doesn't answer our question, but that's nice wording. Each creature in a 20-foot radius sphere centered on the point, blah blah blah. The fire spreads around corners. It ignites flammable objects that are being mortar carried.
Okay, so yeah, it would affect it then. As hitting it at that point, it does have to curl over the railing of the bridge, but yeah, it does curl around that.
Sweet. Okay then. So I'm thinking if I center it here. Alright. No, never mind. If I center it here. Never mind. If I center it oh god, let's go the other way. Let's be crafty about this. If I
The wall
center
is
it
40 feet up, right?
Yeah, but the gate is open right now with people coming out of
Oh, well, shit.
yeah. This is a delicate procedure. I don't think I'm gonna be able to. I don't want to hit Suni. And he's technically within 20 feet if I put it there.
I don't know. Have you read the chat?
No. Are you talking at me?
Yeah, you're on a river and you're casting fireball. A frozen river.
That'll be fine.
I see your point.
You can do whatever you want.
I mean, Joe, you said this was so full of ice that it was only a 5-foot drop.
Yeah, I did say that.
I mean, in real life, it takes hundreds of pounds of dynamite to break through ice that thick. So hopefully I'm fine.
But this is magic.
Yeah.
Straight fire.
It's a fireball.
Do what you want. I think it'd be cool.
Me too.
Yeah, fucking do it.
I think it'd be. Now that you brought it up, Felicity, let's see what happens. And if I'm right, I'm right. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Okay. So if I center it.
Hand to lift you out of it if you fall in, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I got Misty Step, I got Bigsby's, I got Hypothermia. I'm good. I have a lot of options. So if I center it here, it will hit the guy with 20 feet, and it won't hit Suni. And
Will it hit you? No.
no, it won't hit me. I made sure of that. And then I guess technically the bottom corner of the gate they'd feel the heat. Hopefully nobody's running out yet.
Yeah.
Is anybody right there?
No, not yet. They had just opened the gates, and you can see people moonblades at the ready, but nobody's popping out yet.
All right. Well,
Immediate heat.
Gotta seize the moment. Here we go. Alright, I should have done a thing that's gonna make it roll in the chat. Let's do it. Is it gonna do it?
Hey, ha! It did not. You might have to. Oh no, it did! It did! It did! Oh my God!
Okay.
Woo!
Alright, I also am gonna use Empowered Spell. So there's a 1, a 1, a 2, and a 2 there that I'm gonna take away. So 24 minus 6, which would be 18, plus another 4d6, 11. So now I bumped it up from 24 to 29 points of fire damage.
And he will take all 29 points of fire damage since he rolled a 5 on the dexterity saving throw.
Sweet.
Hell yeah.
Right?
Cecily, roll a d100 for me.
Hell yeah! Let's do it.
Woo! Let's go.
That's high. I don't know if that's good, but I got a lot of numbers.
I hope you just get washed away.
Oh my
Cecily,
God.
you cast the fireball. It cascades right next to that sort of rocky ledge that's just barely elevated up out of the ice and snow as it crashes and fills the entire area as it blossoms, to use the wording of the spell. You can see the flames lick around the warlord, burning away at some of the fur and ice that is collected on him. And you can see as he is damaged, as the guards running out of the gate immediately stop feeling the heat of the explosion. You can hear this massive crunch and crash as you can feel this icy plate break and crack, and you can see this like fissure of steam shoot up out of the ground as you hit the rock, as you hit the ice with so much heat that it just immediately reacts in steam and fog and begins to swirl into this like snowstorm tornado of ice.
Yes.
And we'll flavor it
I swear to
as
God,
this
if you put a
sphere of
fire-
annihilation. That's fine.
It's a little. It's so cute.
It's a little baby.
Oh
Spear of
god.
annihilation.
All right.
There we go. I knew it was gonna get bigger.
So Cecily, you can see that right at the impact point, there is this icy tornado that forms and begins to twirl and swirl and swirl and swirl. Go ahead and roll a d4 for me.
Right. Wait, shit. That's why do you do that? Okay, there we go.
You're very lucky. You can see that the icy tornado begins to float 15 feet. Actually, it'll be about 25 feet that way, just swirled and carried away by the wind in a direction opposite of all of you and your allies.
Just imagine like
You can see the guards at the gate, the ones that are still up there. Well, you guys don't see this, but you can. There's two of them up there that are like, you just fucking see that? Yeah, I did. and okay, Cecily, anything else?
Yeah, well, she's gonna notice that happen and just kind of like, oh, that shit. Okay. She's been like watching it go.
just a little inner monologue.
She's just not concerned, but she took pause. She was like, oh, okay. So she's gonna just kind of survey the battlefield, see that nothing happened, and go, huh? And then she's gonna bonus action, quicken spell, shoot a firebolt at the warlord.
Yeah.
All right, roll your attack. It is with disadvantage because he is prone.
Oh, gotcha. All right, I'll roll it twice then.
Clickety clack. 18.
Oh,
Click.
18 and a 17.
Clickety clackety, I've come to attackity.
Oh, that's disappointing. Foundry crashed. Sadly, a 17 does miss.
Damn.
He a
All
hardy
right.
boy. I'm sorry.
Tiny little puff of fire hits the bridge and it explodes.
Mm-hmm.
Another
Just the last
tornado.
bit.
spawns.
All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna use the rest of my 15 feet to go back under the bridge.
Okay.
And then she's just gonna be watching the tornado continue its path while she's under there, like, huh. Yeah, that was. Maybe I shouldn't have. Okay. That'll be it.
Okie dokie. Alrighty. Oh wow. Okay. Whew. We're chugging along right now in Foundry. Oh my god. All right. Next up we have the Knight. Bianca, you are a much more imposing threat to him than Keothi, as Keothi is barely able to stand up. The Knight is going to take his 3 attacks against you. Uno. Looking at a 13 on the first one.
Yes.
Then we are looking at a 9 on the second. Also a miss. And then on the third and final attack, we are looking at a 23.
Yep. Ah.
Oh no.
So lucky. You almost missed it. And that will be 13 points of slashing damage.
I'm okay.
Hey, all right. Near
I'm
dead.
not great. I am not great. I am okay.
That was all of the attacks damages?
That was all the attacks damages. Oh, wait.
Woo,
Well, it
okay.
only hit once.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm done.
All right. With that, Bianca, it's your turn.
Okay. 2 slashes and a shot. 'Cause I
Slash, slash,
can.
bang.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so that's 1, 2, and 3. I think the only dead I missed. I think.
Yep, only Deadeye misses. The other 2 do
Okay.
hit.
Thank God Deadeye wasn't a nat 1. It was close though. All right. Piercing damage. And then
Okay.
there.
Go.
18.
Oh wait, can I roll? What did Deadeye get? Can I roll the d6 from Keothi? Would it be worth it?
With a
11?
D6, no.
Or would
No.
it still miss? Okay.
Would still miss. Okay, but that is still a good amount of damage. Doing through those 2 attacks, the Knight is now bloodied.
No.
So,
Okay.
not looking good.
But I'm also not looking good.
Step over, Ajax, I can heal you.
What'd you say?
Swivel yourself.
Who's there?
I can-
Step
below
underneath
Ajax.
Ajax.
Can
and he'll
leave.
heal you.
Is
So you
that-
want to abandon Keothi, but I could shadow slide away. I got one last shadow slide.
No, you can just
No,
step
just
right here.
swivel. Swivel. Yeah, swivel.
Oh.
Swivel right.
Yeah, everybody ping. Listen to the meta Muppet
Right there.
that was just talking. And
If you just go up there, you'll be fine.
All right, there we go.
Shrivel.
I swiveled. I swiveled.
Okay.
Swivel.
Anything else, Bianca?
That was really good.
No.
All right. Catasilia, it is your turn.
Carousel.
Yes. Carousel will first of all TY swivel. Will do a
TY swivel.
big boy heal on.
Oh, thank
Bianca.
you. Ooh, that was good. But roll again. Let's see if you get higher.
Oh,
my
shit! Yeah, I
God.
forgot that shit. Oh,
That big boy
Yeah.
he'll have
30
a
is
restaurant
really
named
good.
after him.
okay, well,
That was a.
it's that
That's
30.
okay. You always roll
30.
highest first, so that's good.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's a good thing. To be fair, it's one of my 2
Big
level
boy heal
spells,
by
so,
TY
like-
swivel. That's the hottest single of the year right there. Sleeper artist.
Thank you. There's a law.
So yes, and then I will.
Hey,
If I give inspiration to Kia,
Huh?
could she maybe add that to her "Am I gonna do something this round?" thing?
To Keothi, sure.
Am I gonna do something this round?
It's fine.
That's really funny.
Oh. Because I want to let her do something, and I feel bad for her, and also
Okay.
babes who are like right in front of the knight, so maybe do something.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I'm actually not gonna move. I'll stay where I am. But soon looks okay, and yeah, I'll stay here just in case you fucks go down.
Okie dokie. Alrighty. So, you stand there, ready to leap in case anything bad happens. With that, we move to the Warlord's turn. He is still prone, and he is going to go ahead and take his 2 attacks against Suni with disadvantage.
Miss them both.
Uno. Disadvantage. That's a 12. That's a miss. Dos. Disadvantage. God damn. That was a 17 and a 19. That's a 26 total. That's going to be a hit.
Damn.
No.
Manifest doesn't work every time.
At least they weren't nat 20s again.
That's very true. Yeah, so that'll be 16 points of damage to Suni. Not bad, you know. Suni is now bloodied again, though. Not the worst thing in the world, though. He's going to go ahead and make a strength saving throw at the end of his turn. That is going to be a 14. That's still a failure, right? Because it's 15.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
It's 16.
Yeah, you stay on that ground.
Trying everything in his power. Ajax,
Okay.
what that spear do?
Please don't let me down.
Oh, yeah, you kind of asking for it now. That's sad.
Yeah. First sec. I've been let down. No. 15. Please, I want to hit once. Using virtual dice, please. Yes!
Hey, all right.
Good.
I'm
I
happy
didn't
you
make it clear
succeeded.
It was this guy.
Oh, you mean the guy that's right in front of you?
6 plus 3.
That was a very funky roll. I know it's digital,
He
so it doesn't
takes-
matter, but that was funky.
30. Oh my god. Wait a second. Hold on. 36 points of damage. I think. Yes. 36 points of damage.
Okay. Alrighty. 36 points of damage. Let me go
Fill
ahead
up.
and sorry, I'm trying to. There we go. There we go. Okay, cool. All right, see. 30 points of damage. No, he is not up anymore as you cut into him. Thrusting through his chest, you can see that as soon as the impact is made, this creature, and same as with the frost druid behind you, as opposed to bursting into a bloody mess, you can just see the creatures just evaporate into ice and snow, just breaking and shattering into a million different pieces in front of you.
Okay, so with that attack, I want to then, I'm going to keep doing it. As he swings his spear around and kills this one, he's going to use that momentum to catch the spear and move Bianca behind him and switch places.
Okay.
All right. Nice. Cool.
Floppy
That's
spot.
turn.
All right, then we move to the archer's turn, as well as the all-seeing wardens, which now make their way out into the field. So there are 2 groups of 3 that move out onto the bridge. I will go ahead and add 1 to the initiative order. They will also be operating on the 20 of the initiative, which I don't think it'll matter for much longer. Okie dokie. Combatant 20. Cool. Alrighty, so the archers, they are going to take their shots at the warlord. He needs to make a dexterity saving throw. This is going to be a flat. It's going to be a flat roll from the warden. or not from the warden, from the warlord. That's 15. That is a success. So it will only take half damage. So it'll take 15 points of damage. Okay, and then we move to the all-seeing wardens from that point, and they are going to make their way up there. Right next to it, you can see the two groups of 3 igniting their moonblades, all of which cascading in a range of different colors from amber to red, or no, not red. So from amber to purple to blue to green, this entire rainbow of different colors, as they are going to make a great deal of different strikes against the warlord right here. Go. Okay. So it is prone, so it's going to be with advantage. 19 on the first one, and then 16 on the second one. Plus their mods, that's going to hit. I'm going to roll the damage here because theirs are different. So that is going to be 2d6 plus 4d, no, so 3d6 plus 68 twice. Damn.
Ooh, look at these guys.
Okay. 60. Yeah, so here, I'll go ahead and share their artwork thanks to John's macro. There you go.
Hey.
Ooh.
Alrighty.
They're Jedi.
What do you mean? No. They're all seeing wardens.
Sorry, they're Idedge.
Okay. So with that, that's actually a lot of. That's 70 points of damage. Woo. Okay. You can see immediately they come out, bursting through the gates, the moonblades flashing and whirring, some of them tossing and throwing them and then recalling them back, others of them dodging out of the way of a wild axe slash to make a precision slash across the chest piece of this frozen warlord. It is still alive, but it is just barely hanging in there. With that, Keothi, it's her turn. She's gonna breathe. I'm gonna roll a D100. What's your thing, Carosella? D10. All right. So she's gonna plus D10 to it. This time she's got to roll 75 or higher. She's getting her energy.
Believe in you, bestie.
Okay. All right. That's a 70. Let's see. And that's a 9. All right.
Yay!
All right. Keothi, you can see her. She finally. she's in the moment. She is going to. She's got all of her spells. Oh God.
She happened to have mass healing
I was gonna
words.
say that.
Even
I
better.
think she should just.
Let me
Heal.
double check something real quick.
Well, harm would work too. I like harm.
You know the spell's badass when it just has one word.
Yeah. Harm.
Harm is the best spell name in the book. It's just so harm.
Okay.
And just to have a spell also called heal, so you just have harm and heal.
And they're the same level, so you're just right next to each other.
Yeah,
You
it
know,
is nice. It is nice. It is
Lady
nice.
Melina had both.
I used to have a warlock that had that. Hand of harm, hand of heal.
Alrighty.
Yeah,
So
that
you-
was her thing. Was harm heal just.
You can see Keothi, and there's this strange moment as all of you are sort of fighting together. You can feel yourselves beginning to gel more. You can feel the skills that you've learned over time, and you can see Keothi sort of reel back and just looking at all of her friends, that divine energy that breathed life into her. She is going to lean forward towards this creature, and not knowing if this is the only time she's going to be able to do something in this combat, Keothi is going to use one 6th level spell slot to cast Sunbeam.
Nice. Nice.
As you can see just from her hand, just thrusting forward, there is this beam of radiant, fiery sunlight that shoots out of her hand and burns through this knight.
She's Kamehameha in this night right now.
So place measured template right there. Roll damage. Knight failed, and the Knight took 34 points of radiant damage as he drops dead, unable
Oh man.
to make a strike against her. Oh. There's too many things happening on Foundry. It doesn't like it. Chrome doesn't like it. Okay, all right, we're fine. All right, so with that, the Knight is dead. And as we come to Suni's turn, the Warlord has 23 hit points. He is prone. No need to roll for damage, as Cecily, if he's not able to finish him off, you will too, or you'll be able to before eventually he has his damage once more. I guess the only thing to worth note is that Suni would take 12 points of damage from the last bit of frost. I forgot about that. But he's still standing. So with that, the flurry of blows is made. The attacks are had. Cecily maybe with a firebolt. The Moonblade slashes from you, or the Moonblade slashes from the all-seeing wardens. Eventually, the Warlord is disposed of. And you all emerge victorious. So, as eventually the combat and the fighting stops, you all sort of look around, catch your breath. You can see Keothi just kind of falls over into the snow that is piled up next to her. Ajax, you sort of move over and help her up, being one of the few people that's strong enough to carry her. And as all of you sort of look around, the gates open, the wardens, they see you, they nod. You can see the Moonblades shut off as they tuck them onto their belt. And you can see moving from the front gate, is a very rough looking man. You can tell that he has many years behind him, a human, probably in his 40s or 50s. He has seen a lot of hardship in his life, and it seems as though most of it has been in the past year or so. Let me go ahead and maester NPCs. So you can see this older man wearing heavy plate armor, a large fur cloak resting over his shoulders, slicked back black hair with fringes of gray on the sides, and this thick mustache that comes down across his face. And as you see him walk out, you see this man. And he greets all of you with about as much of a smile as he can muster as he shouts throughout the frost and says, "It's very nice to meet all of you. I'm sorry that we had to meet in such a circumstance, but my name is Captain Roman Fedorov. It is a great honor to meet all of you. Please come inside the city. We can talk more safely in there." And as he shouts out to all of you, you can see the wardens of the All-Seeing. They let all of you pass as all of you move in to the city of Maester. And I will go ahead and post his name in chat, Roman Fedorov. And
Cecily... Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say, as all of you move in, I will go ahead and move you to the map of Maester.
Ooh. Wow.
Oh, this a big boy.
Look at this place, dude.
Okay. So Cecily, you said
numbers.
as you were walking in, you were going to do something?
She's just gonna emerge from the bridge and kind of like dust herself off of like ice flakes and whatever, and just like as she's walking up, just kind of peer at the place where she accidentally opened a portal of doom, and just kind of check and see if anyone is looking and shoot some frost magic at it, just like trying to like patch it up.
Yeah, there's a couple of spots. Well, actually, no. Any of the flame that you had created with your spell, actually, sorry, no. Since it was magical flame, you can see some of it still continues to burn. So you do put some of it out, especially if it's like on any of the ramparts of the wall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she just felt a little bit like a spill, you know. She wants to clean it up.
Yeah.
It's kind of a mess.
You can see the icy tornado has also dissipated as it got further away from you.
That's good. That's of great concern. If it didn't, she doesn't want to cause a natural disaster. But Yeah, that's it. She's just kind of like guiltily putting out the flame and hoping this man hasn't noticed.
Yeah. You can see he seems not too concerned with the tornado or with all of you. It seems as though he continues to look out on the bridge for more of those portals to open. However, as all of you enter into the city of Maester, ready to explore, as you walk through the south gate, one of the only 2 gates that are operational within the city still, that is where we're going to go ahead and take our break. So we'll take a quick break and we'll be back in 5 or 10 minutes. Thank you all so much for watching so far. Hope you enjoyed. I'll go ahead and move this back to here. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll be back in a little bit. Ba-na-na-na, we're back. Woo! All right, so let's go ahead and dive back into tonight's session. So picking up where we left off, our group of adventurers had finally made their way into Maester after a grueling combat on the bridge outside of the south gate. After making their way through the combat, through a couple of close calls and one radiant sunbeam at the end from Keothi, they eventually were greeted into the gates by Captain Roman Fedorov, the captain of the guard here in Maester. So, as all of you make your way into the city, there are a few things that catch your eye right off the bat. As you walk next to Captain Fedorov, you can see that as he's talking to you, guiding you through the city, maybe pointing out a few special locations as you pass through them, you can see that there are houses that you pass that are completely collapsed, covered in snow and ice, doors frozen shut. You can see in the street itself, the longer you are here, the more cold it gets. The more you can feel your bone ache, even for those of you with a natural resistance to frost, like Keothi, or Ajax, even with your natural fur pelt, it is incredibly cold here. And you can see, placed at each one of the intersections of the road or throughout long stretches of road, every 5 to 10 minutes, there are these magical lanterns that are these pillars. in the middle of the road, and you can see they cascade this heat about in a 15-foot radius to allow people to warm up next to them and move on. As you're starting to sort of gather that if you're outside longer than 10 or 15 minutes, you will begin to have a very negative impact on your body and your own physical form. So pretty much after being outside for longer than 30 minutes with none of these heat pillars near you, you will take 1 point of exhaustion. And then every 30-minute period after that, you will take an additional point of exhaustion. So it is very possible, and you can already tell many people in this city have already perished to the frostbite that is within the city. And within the entire area, as you can only tell further south, well, I guess this wouldn't be south. I guess that's my bad. It's at the bottom, so I called it south, but I guess that's not what it is. It would be west. So this one would be the west gate, which I know is a little confusing cardinal direction-wise, but the west and east gate. The further west you head, the even colder it gets. So as you're walking throughout the streets, that is what you begin to gather. As you first enter in behind the gate, you can see there's one of those heat pillars that is right inside the castle, or right inside the city walls, and you all sort of gather and stand there at first to discuss. As you can see, Captain Fedorov, he looks towards all of you. He looks you up and down. A very tall, imposing man. And you can see his hands sort of wrapped in these fur gloves that he kind of breathes into and rubs his hands and sort of lifts them up a little bit near the heat pillar to be closer to the source of the flame. So, and you can see the wardens sort of gather around you. Not in an imposing way, but like, you guys did come from the way that people don't come from, because this is where all the enemies come from. But you don't show any of the signs that the icy creatures had before. So you can see Captain Fedorov, he has a little bit of I don't want to say lackadaisical, but he doesn't seem agitated. He doesn't seem tense. He seems pretty relaxed as he just sort of...
So, I hope all of you know how strange it is that you come near the west gate, close to Damaris Keep.
Yeah, we understand. We also didn't really get here under normal traveling anyway. Wait, didn't our dwarf friend come with us, or did he stay under? Where did he go? Our guide. Is he just gone?
Vondor, yeah. He is...
I can remember saying Vondor,
No,
yeah.
he would have been hiding. He's not a combatant. He's not a warrior. So he would have been hiding under the bridge during that fight.
Is he with us now? Oh, I don't want to leave him.
Yeah, no, he's with you now. He's with you now.
Okay.
That's besides the point. I'm Bianca Damaris, and this is my council. Cecily, Suni, Ajax, and Carasilla. And we got your notice, and we are here to help. I know we came very frantically and in the middle of a lot, but that's why we arrived.
Well, if it is any consolation to you, you don't come in the middle of a lot. This is an average hour. Every hour they pour through those portals outside the gates, and sometimes even in the city. So, no stranger here. It is not a strange arrival all of you had, aside from coming from the west gate. But you say you got here through unnatural means, teleportation, I take it?
Of sorts, yes. She'll look to Vondor to explain better.
Yeah, and Vondor will step forward and say,
It is, complex magics native to my people, the dwarfs of the Maelstrom Mountains. I'm sent here under King Borelli as an envoy to delegate and meet with your people as an envoy. Very well. Well, you're speaking to the wrong man. What did you say your name was? You can call me Speaker Vondor. Yes, very well, Vondor. It is a great pleasure to meet you, but the letter all of you received, as I believe it is from High Exarch and Lord Commander Lady Brighton, right? That's who the letter should have been from.
Correct.
Sounds right.
Yes. She's the leader of the Order of the All-Seeing, and she has pretty much become the de facto leader of this city since the snow started to fall. One thing that is very interesting, and if all of you are warm now, we can continue to walk. I'm sure she is most eager to speak with all of you. Warm enough,
yeah.
at least.
Yeah, I was just gonna say warm enough. She's like as close as you can be to it without injury. Just like hovering.
Of course. We'll stop at each pillar for all of you to warm up so you can accommodate yourselves to the climate. Follow me. We will talk as we walk. I will say, if you have anything to cover your mouth, it won't help with the cold, but it'll at least help with the pain your lungs will feel from inhaling the cold breath, or the cold air. And you can see him take a small fur-lined cloth and sort of cover it over his mouth.
Man, it's that
Ajax
kind of
looking
cold.
down, who's a barbarian and actually isn't wearing much.
Just rips off his loincloth.
Please don't.
Brushes and braids his mane in front of his face.
He's gonna
There you
look
go.
over. He's gonna look
Yeah.
over. Carasilla, do you have anything I could use?
I mean, Carasol's got her close, so she's pretty good. But she has random shit everywhere. So she'll pull off like a scarf that's like around her waist, like just tied around, and she'll give it to him.
Thank you. Yothi, are you okay?
Well, if I am being honest, I am a little cold, which is very strange to say. But I will be fine.
I imagine even things that are properly sized for Cecily are sized as such that she can always just like do that thing with them. So she's just gonna kind of submerge herself in the neckline.
Yeah. You can see
Kind of be.
Suni's the person who's taking it the worst right now.
Yeah.
I mean, Bianca does have a cloak. It's not the best, but she could like bring Suni in and like wrap him up, and they could just kind of walk together.
Thanks.
Best I got. Sorry.
That's okay. You know, you think the moonblades would be warm, but they're just magic.
And you can see a couple of
Tiefling
the.
do-
No, go ahead.
sorry, go ahead. I was just gonna say, Tiefling don't emit any extra heat. They're just resistant to it, right?
They're just resisting. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
As he
Yeah,
does say that
Everyone
though,
could walk closer to Ajax.
just the furnace.
No.
That's...
Huddle in.
Yeah,
As
be
Suni
like a
says
little
the thing
penguin
about-
huddle.
Yeah, a little group huddle. Yeah, with the Order of the All-Seeing all next to you. They do the Order of the people in the Order of the All-Seeing. When Suni says the thing about the moonblades not emitting any heat, they do chuckle at that. You can tell he's a rookie, just an initiate.
Wow.
Silly goose.
Yeah. So-
What you doing?
I will say, inside the city walls, because the walls themselves are so tall, and you're sort of on an interior part of the city itself, the wind has died down a bit. It's still very cold, and whenever it happens to sweep through, it is biting. But there are brief moments of respite in between. So, with that, you all continue walking, and Captain Fedorov will continue to talk as all of you walk towards the next pillar of light and warmth. So, you say Damaris, is that correct, or did I hear you wrong?
No, you heard correctly.
Yes, figured as much. That is what Lord Commander Brighton had said in her letter. So, my lady, Damaris, what brings you to Maester? Are you here to help, or reinstate a horrific rule? Hopefully the first one.
Definitely help. We have actually quite a few different plans that we'll discuss with the commander. I don't intend on overimposing unless it's what the people want.
Well, if I'm being entirely honest with you, my lady, There are not very many people left in Meister to have a choice. Most of the things Lady Brighton does, or Lord Commander Brighton, my apologies. Most of the things she does based off what she thinks is right. The Aetherian way of governance is not something very common here. The people are more concerned about getting their heat and their food for the day, not necessarily voting for what may be best for each individual person. So if you're here in Meister, hopefully you know how to lead with an iron fist, and one day rule without one.
Understood. One thing I can tell you for certain is we are absolutely planning on doing something about this cold.
Yes, well, I hope so. It only gets worse and worse day in and day out. In fact, just within the past several hours, the wind has become more aggressive, and the snowfall has about doubled since where it was.
So this is the worst it's ever been, for sure.
Oh, yes, and it is getting worse. You get so used to one thing that after a while, when it starts to change, you really start to notice it. Every once in a while before, every 5-10 minutes, month ago, you could see the sun. Those were some glorious moments, I tell you. Probably haven't seen the sun here in Meister directly since that moment. Overdraft at best. The shadow of night at worst. So needless to say, it is a wondrous vacation spot.
And she just kind of nods, understanding that basically everyone here is miserable and dying.
So needless to say, everyone here is either miserable or dying.
Glad you clear that up.
You see him. Eventually, he just kind of stops as all of you have reached another light pole, and he'll sort of look back towards all of you.
Well, on that cheery note, would you all like to stay and warm up for a bit or continue walking?
Soon he kind of like leans over to you, Bianca.
I mean, I don't want to be the only one, but I would like to stay for just a little bit, if that's okay.
I'm a little cold. I'd like to stay.
Yeah,
Just
you're
a
not the only
moment.
one.
Yes, I would like some warmth too, please. All right, very well. We'll stay then. You two.
This is helping a lot.
Yes. After being here for so long, you start to learn the tricks that make it easier. You two, go ahead. Make sure no rifts spawn. These individuals here have gone through enough. No need to make sure their pain is heightened anymore. I wouldn't say just for all of you.
He sort of looks up, and you can see maybe 15 feet away from where you are, there is a large tower made of ice and stone. And atop, there is this sort of blazing brazier. And you can see several archers that are standing up there with these spectral bows that they wield in their hands.
Just so all of you are aware, hopefully in your time here you'll never have to fight the monsters within the city. But just in case, we have these Firewatch towers. The towers, there are 20 of them spread equidistant throughout the city. Should any of those rifts open, they will have sight of them, and then hopefully within a few moments, the Order of the All-Seeing will be there, and those in the tower will be able to hold them off until then. So just know if you're attacked in the city, you will not be alone.
Thank you.
Of course.
No.
Captain. Oh, sorry. Ajax, were you about to say something? Oh, I thought you were. Sorry. Captain, what's a little bit more about your story? How did you, are born and raised here in Meister? How'd you get to be where you are today?
Well, born and raised in Meister? No, not necessarily. Long ago, there used to be a fort right outside of Damaris Keep. It was the last line of defense against the creeping cold coming out. I was born and raised there. I was born and raised under a warrior's code. Taught all my life how to fight and how to survive, even in the worst conditions. Sadly, 22 years ago, the fort was overtaken, and we had to retreat to Meister. Since then, the cold has been creeping more and more day in and day out, and I refuse to let another city fall to that cold. So, I am not from Meister. I was not born and raised, but it is my home, and I refuse to let another home go thanks to this creeping cold.
That is very noble of you. We appreciate your service here.
Of course. And believe me, I appreciate to have the extra hands to help, especially nonetheless the Queen and her royal council. So I'm very blessed to be in front of your presence. I'm not sure of the other pleasantries. It's been a long while since I've been face to face with the Queen. I hope that will suffice for now until I learn the proper lexicon of speaking, Your Majesty.
No worries. I need to earn the title, in my opinion, still. So, speak to me how you would speak to anybody else.
Well, let's not go too far. If what you did in Paratin is good enough to not get how I speak to everybody else, so let's not walk back at all. And I must say, looking to you, Ajax, not the first time I've crossed paths with the Leonin. You said your name was Ajax?
Yes.
Now tell me, is there a reason why I should recognize that name?
Depends on how you would recognize that name. I've been a couple places over my life. Oh, you
Well,
want
don't
to
make me
actually
beg.
Explain.
Yes, yes.
I was part of the Children of the Flame, also captain of the guard in Belka.
That is where I know your name. Captain of the Guard in Belka, yes. That is no small undertaking, I'm sure.
No, it was a great endeavor.
It's Ajax, Captain of the Guard. That starts to ring a bell. What was it? Dawn Rider, yes?
Correct.
Very good. I must say, and I apologize if I am making assumptions here. In the Old Kingdom, what would have been 6 months ago, I think, there were rumors spreading about a white Leonin. Someone, I think the word most people use is vigilante. Was that you?
Depends. What are your opinions on it?
Well, as captain of the guard, of course, I think that a person who goes against the law in favor of their own form of justice is a danger to society.
Of course.
As someone who cares about the well-being of his people, the guards can't be everywhere all at once. So I'm thankful for someone like him.
Well, if that person should exist, I'm also thankful that you are thankful.
Well, it continues to be a mystery then. All right, warm enough? Let's go. He doesn't wait.
Suni?
He just starts walking.
Suni only just achieving warmth.
He goes,
It's-
oh, okay.
Suni, walk closer to me.
Okay.
I'm not warm enough, Suni. Sorry.
And whisper.
Ajax,
Yeah,
is
me
this too
neither.
close?
No.
What about this?
All right.
Oh my god.
Sorry for those of you on the everywhere that just had to hear that.
On everywhere?
On everywhere,
Everyone.
yeah.
On everywhere.
On everywhere. Alrighty. So
YouTube, Twitch.
You all continue walking throughout the city, and same as I did in Periton, walking through the city is based on time, because the thing is you can't cross from 8 to 1 across the map like that. As you can see, there are cliffs and walls and trees. There's nature. It is impossible to scale these cliffs because they are completely covered in ice. So unless you had like ice mountain climbing equipment or the ability to fly, that would make it a lot easier. You would have to walk all the way around the city, which is about a 2-hour walk. in order to get to the Order of the All-Seeing. What I will say also is, that's the measurement tool. So I will go ahead and move all of you the path that you would need to take, just so you can kind of see what that looks like. Oop.
So we have to go all the way around to 10 to go over the bridge.
That's miserable. Who designed the city? SMH.
Well, it was a lot easier when there were...
Nature designed it.
Well, it's supposed to be a defensible fortress, which, you know...
No. That's...
All right. So I will say there are a few things that you see as you pass through. So we'll move back to 5 here. I just wanted to have you see the path you had to take. So 5 and 6, you see both of these locations. As you pass by 5, you can see this city of tents. They are very simple, pitched tents, a fire burning outside of every single one. They are fur-lined tents, and you can see in any other area of the city where there is life, whether they be small marketplaces where people are trading what little goods and money they have for services or what have you, there's conversation, there's people talking, there is noise. Here, right by 5, it is dead silent. You can see there are a collection of monks that sit around, probably 200, sitting in clusters. Some of them meditating, some of them training. It is unmistakable the position in life that they have based on the garb they are wearing. You do recognize the elements of Loshari cloth, from what you had seen Ashima wear long ago, except they are dirty, they are matted, they are in areas covered in blood. They are machines of death, you can tell. And you can see Captain Fedorov, he says, that right there is the Quietus camp, a group of monks from Loshar. Take a vow of silence. They have dishonored their people, what it means to be a monk, and what it means to be Loshari. So instead of forsaking their vows and choosing a life of peace, they choose a life of violence, trying to protect those. If a peaceful life is unobtainable for them, they'll at least try and do good, causing violence. They are a mean and nasty group of individuals. Of the 200 or so that are there, there's only one that is allowed to speak, and it's viewed as a punishment. So should you ever have the poor opportunity to speak with the Speaker of the Silence, I wish you luck in any diplomatic endeavors. Not a very fun person to speak with. Depending on who it is, changes every day of the week. I'll kind of pause if any of you have any questions.
Ajax just shoots a look to Carousella and Bianca, like, oh, having to talk to people. That seems fun.
Bianca will shoot a look to everyone else who met Ashima and look sad.
Yeah.
Retweet.
Yeah.
Retweet, absolutely.
Cecily will retweet as she's just like, yeah. You see the sadness on her forehead.
It was, what was their group called? The what of silence?
So the group themselves, they actually have a... I
thought you said it already.
Well, their camp is called the Quietus Camp. I'll go ahead and put in there for all you Hamlet fans.
Ajax will say something.
Bro, why does... Sorry.
To his comment about them being nasty, he'll say, do you know of the basilisks in Parisman?
Ah, yes, I am very aware of the clans that exist. What, the basilisks, the rocks, and one other group. But yes, I am aware of them.
If we were to compare the two, the Quietus and the basilisks, which one is nastier?
Brutality-wise, the basilisks, that is no question. But in terms of the hatred they feel for those that they execute, there's definitely those in the Quietus camp. I've only seen it time from time where the rifts open when I am near to this camp. It is... I understand that they are creatures of ice and snow, but still it is brutal.
Well,
They don't speak, they don't yell, they don't war cry. But the hatred that they put into each one of those punches, it's something else.
well, lucky they're on our side.
Very lucky indeed.
Just a bunch of Darth Mauls in there.
So these individuals are part of an organization called the Vow of Stillness. All right. So as you make your way from 5, you end up crossing closer to 6, and you can see that he's taking you on a bit longer path, so you can understand these points of interest. So in case you need them throughout your duration here, you have better access to them. As you pass number 6, you can feel a bit of natural warmth emerging from this area. You can see in this one spot in the city, there is greenery, there is life, there is warmth, there is steam. As soon as it gets above maybe 50, 60 feet in the air, you can see that it immediately freezes and turns to snow and is carried off. And that's also a good point to make. You can see that there are no birds, there are no flying creatures at all. And all of you can kind of put together that if you were to fly and get above about 60 feet in the air, you would probably be running into some significant issues in terms of being able to control your ability to fly. The nice part about that is no flying monsters. All right, for now. Okay, so as you make your way in, just briefly stopping by, you can see fruit and vegetables growing throughout this area, hot water that is sort of boiling and bubbling like a hot spring. It feels so nice here. Just being able to sink your hands into the grass around you is wonderful. And you can see sort of folded up into these branches and leaves, you can see what looks to be a woman's face, but everything around her at the very back of this grove is covered in ice and snow, and the ice and snow continues to creep in as you see the frozen dryad, the protector of this grove. Go and shut you here. Oh, no. Foundry's gonna stalk her up. There you go.
Yeah, I got her.
Go ahead and transition to that. There you go. So yeah, you can see her eyes are kind of glazed over as she's just sort of laying there in this sort of like half lucid slumber. As you can see Captain Fedorov, he says,
I find it best not to speak with her unless absolutely necessary. Part of me feels bad for her. We try not to bother her unless it's absolutely necessary. Should you need any fruits or vegetables for anything you wish to prepare, it is sustainable. So no matter what you take, it is replanted. We have several guards posted here to make sure nobody takes too much. But anything you need, anything you want, you can find it here. It is her duty to the city, a promise she made many, many, many years ago.
and you see him kind of grimace and look towards the frozen dryad in the grove, the evergreen grove. And he'll continue walking. And if any of you have any questions about it, he'd be happy to answer.
I don't think I have any right now.
Leslie will look sad in her forehead again. Poor Frost Lady.
Yeah.
Probably was not a Frost Lady until things happen.
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. Anything else? Nope. Okay. You continue walking, and eventually you pass number 9.
and you can see Captain Fedorov. He says, "That right there is the Broken Crown Burrow. My lady, Bianca, that may be somewhere you wish to stop, and somewhere you may wish to delegate. It's the only remnant of a faction that I'm sure you'd be very interested to speak with, the Crown Keepers. However, their numbers dwindle every day, as who can blame them, you know? Queen Damaris is the reason why all of this is happening to begin with. But hopefully, Queen Damaris is the reason why it will end." If you wish to speak to the leader of the Crown Keepers here, his name is Arthur Husak. And you can tell he is, he's not from around here. Definitely used to the ease of life they have in Belka. So just be cautious of that when you go to meet him.
Does that name ring a bell to me or Ajax?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have you guys make history checks.
Ooh, history. 5.
Not with advantage, just regular. Oh, 17.
17, okay. Ajax, if maybe his family was integrated into the crime world, you would be more familiar with him, but sadly they were not. Bianca, you would recognize. Your parents were not incredibly wealthy, but they had a decent, very, very decent living with the money they had made from adventuring long ago, to the money that they still continued to make from the jobs that they had had. You would be very familiar with the Husak name. The Husaks are, they are investors. They are minor investors in Belka. And the family is specifically known for their haberdashery skills. So it is a very frilly, very fancy work. And so you can kind of tell that this individual may not be ready for the battle-hardened, war-torn city of Maester. But you can see that Captain Fedorov to say, "Don't get me wrong. I can tell that he means well, but, well, so much well-meaning only does you so good in a war, right?"
Right. It's just interesting. His family was investors. Wouldn't really pin him as a crown keeper.
I don't know. You know, kids do strange things, in spite of their parents.
Some of us are rebels, Bianca.
You speak
Fair
for
enough.
yourself, young one?
Maybe. Who's asking?
I like your style. And he'll just keep walking.
She will also, as they start to walk away, ask, "How long has Arthur been to Maester or in Maester?"
Well, I'm a little fuzzy on the exact details, but I believe about 10 years ago, Arthur arrived with a group of 4,000. He was a really talented speaker in some of the other cities within Bella Clara, mostly hitting the southern cities, so Wild's Edge, River's Pass, Belka. He spread the word about the return of a queen one day, and he was only 20 at the time. Spread the word, he convinced people to join him, and they came to Maester. Some, like I said, I believe 4,000 strong. But every year, without the return of a queen, hope faded. And I believe there's maybe some 500 that still follow him. They still believe in the return of a queen, but the rest return to Belka, to their respective cities.
Interesting. Definitely someone I'll want to speak with. Thank you.
Of course. Happy to assist. All right. Ever onward. As you all continue moving, and eventually pass what is known as the yard. You can see he gestures out towards it and says, "This is my home, right here. This is where any of the people in the city who wish to have a hand in defending their home, this is where we train. New recruits, old recruits, even sometimes the Order of the All-Seeing, they stop by to learn a thing or two from yours truly. A few things I can tell you about the city itself. Although the city of Meister used to have a population of around 300,000 within its walls, now we currently sit at about 25,000. It has dwindled considerably. Most of the houses you pass are empty, as the people are no longer inhabitants of them. Of those 25,000, there are about 20,000 who fight. They man the walls, they watch the gates, they dig snow out from the houses, they try to recover the dead, and they try to find whatever food and valuables they can to help our cause, to help maintain our city. In fact, almost everything on the east end of the city is all but abandoned. The only thing that's still operational there is the east gate to let in supplies from Vesna or Periton. So, needless to say, the people of Meister are strong. They fight day in and day out, and they are not willing to give up their home that easily. Every day, new people show up to train, to fight. If you're looking for a fight, my queen, you will find worthy fighters here. To the last breath, they'll fight for you.
Strong people. That's wonderful. Thank you.
Nods and continues walking. I don't know if anybody has any follow-up questions or anything they want to ask Captain Fedorov.
Ajax, while we're walking past, just wants to... Is there anyone training currently right now?
Oh yeah, there's probably that training yard is huge. There's probably in this current moment 750 to 1,000 people just like running drills, practicing shots. There are so many people in there. It is tight packed like sardines. They're doing everything they can.
Yeah.
They're using every square inch.
Yeah, Ajax isn't going to say anything, but he does kind of stop ever so slightly just to watch. Get some flashbacks to him being captain of the guard at Belka, and just watch a little bit, and then catch up with the group.
Okay. You do take a moment to sort of look, and you can see, as you eventually turn back to the group, you can see Captain Fedorov. He sort of catches a glance at you looking at the training yard. You know, I will say, Captain Dawnrider, it would be a great honor to have the captain of the greatest city in Belaclara teach a few new recruits some of the great combat renown I've been told you have.
Well, I'd be willing to give it a shot. In my old age, I have slowed down quite a bit.
Well, don't count yourself out yet. I'm sure you're still fine. What do you say, bright and early 8 a.m. tomorrow?
7.
All right.
What a flex.
Remember, you said that, not me. And he'll continue walking.
I get up at 6 o'clock because I'm 40 years old, and that's just my internal clock now.
And takes a nap at 6 p.m.
Yeah, there we go.
Yep.
What time is it now, Maester? It's almost nap time.
All you young people, you gotta get up early and conquer the day. Goes to bed at 9. Yeah,
Alrighty.
Cecily.
What about the night?
Cecily's gonna kind of just shift over to Bianca as they're walking and say, you know, once we get this place inhabitable again, there's a lot of houses for the people of Periton just waiting here.
That's really true, Master Builder.
Yeah, I know how to do my job. Now we just gotta convince them to leave their home. Okay,
Well, if there isn't a home for them, they might be willing.
That's dark, but in my
I
experience,
meant that
true.
came across so dark.
No, Bianca, trust me, I think you're right. No, all right.
Nope, just proud of you.
Yeah,
Amazing.
she'll just not. She's not offended. She's just like, no, you're right. When you have nothing, you go anywhere. Yeah. Yeah.
Not a different country, at least. That's cool.
Okay. So, as you enter into this area of the city, so this sort of gated area where 10 and 2 are at, you can tell that this is one of the more lively parts of the city, and everything from 2 all the way to 1, so 2, 10, 3, 8, and 1, this is definitely more of the lively parts of the city. There's a lot more life. There's a lot more activity. These pillars are a lot closer. There's not nearly as much cold that you have to endure. A lot has been taken care of to make sure that this area is as well taken care of and as well preserved as it possibly can be. You can see Captain Fedorov, he sort of looks back towards all of you as you begin walking east, actually, away from 1 towards number 2 right here. And he says, listen, I want you to see everything that Maester has to offer. As any leader and any individual of renown who's going to try and make a difference, they need to know all of the facts before they make a decision. There is something you should know, that there is a very, very powerful faction within the city of Maester. A religious group, I think is the best way I can phrase it, while still being polite to their beliefs. A religious group that is chosen to worship an entity known as the Sapphire God. They believe that it's ice and snow, and that it comes with reason, it comes with purpose. That eventually one day it will lead them to a greater purpose. It will give them the things they've wanted, regardless of how much sacrifice they must pay. There is a water genasi woman by the name of Azur who leads them. She is kind, but still dangerous. So I suggest we stop by. You can listen to a bit of what she has to say, and from there you can make your decision how you wish to approach her in particular.
Does Becca, what am I? Bianca.
Fucking Becca.
Does Bianca
Me,
recognize the title of Sapphire God? Is that something she would recognize?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Guys, I think it's new.
Sure.
Just ask all of us. No.
Yeah. Carasilla? Does Carasilla know?
Nope.
No.
Yeah, Gemma! All right. All right, okay.
Does Keothi know?
Nope.
Okay.
Suni doesn't know either. Neither does
Mimir
Vondor.
know.
Does the captain know?
Does Mimir know, guys? Don't forget about Mimir.
Right, Mimir! Does Mimir know?
Is Mimir cold? I think that's the more important.
Ooh, we forgot about that.
How's he been?
His fucking lips are
We'd have wrapped
sealed
him up.
shut right now.
Does Mimir?
Mimir does not feel.
Oh.
His nose
that's
itches
true.
from time to time, but he doesn't feel.
That was the one fluke
Thank you,
they
lass.
couldn't take out.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Don't worry, I'm not cold either. I think this is all very
Great.
interesting.
That
Also,
is.
never heard of the Sapphire God, if I'm being honest.
Like the rest of us, I think.
Also, this isn't a boulder situation, so don't worry about that.
Okay.
So, you all make your ways towards spot number 2 on the map, the Church of the Sapphire God. As you enter, you can see 3 of those radiant pillars of warmth and light within this area. It provides this glow in here. You can see 1 stationed at the back, and then 2 on the left and right of the church. But at the very back of the church, there is a window, a stained glass window that would have once been there that is now currently broken, letting in these cold drifts of air pulling in that freezing, those freezing gusts. And you can see a woman standing atop a lectern, speaking, preaching towards these inhabitants of the city of Maester, those who have chosen to listen to her, a woman that you would know to be Azur, which I will go ahead and share what you see. You see a water genasi woman who is currently, you can see these veins of what probably would have been blue on her face that look to be frozen like the icy lake that surrounds Maester, or the icy rivers that surround Maester. Her eyes glow this bright, bright, bright blue, like ice with light underneath them. Hair that would have once been tinged blue is now pure white platinum. And you can see in her chest there is You can see her heart glow through the skin, this bright, vibrant blue color. As you see, this woman, Azur. As you step in, you can hear her voice echo throughout the... Yes, frozen water, Genasi. You can hear her voice echo throughout the chamber as she speaks to her people.
As all of you come to this place, as all of you come to me, you are cold, you are hungry, you are alone. The gods you worshipped for so long abandon you now. Palor, the Lord of light, of sunshine, of brightness, of warmth. He does not create these pillars that line this room. No, the mages of this city do. They do it because they love you, because they care about you, because they want you to be safe. The Platinum Dragon does not fly above the city, providing you cover from the cold winds. He does not scorch and burn down the frozen monsters that attack you on the streets. No. The altar of the All-Seeing, the archers in the Firewatch towers, they are the ones that protect you. The Raven Queen does not listen to the prayers that you say to your loved ones that have died. I do. You come to me. We talk. You tell me how much you miss those that you've loved, that you haven't seen in months or years, and I respond. The Sapphire God communes through me, so I may help you find your lost loved ones, so they may have the final rest that they deserve. It is not Halo. It is not the Platinum Dragon. It is not the Raven Queen that protects you, that listens to you, that cares for you, that provides for you. It is us, the people of Maester. It is me. It is Lord Commander Brighton. It is Captain Roman Fedorov, who has so graciously joined our sermon on this fine day. Welcome, Captain Romanov. We are so everly gracious to have you in our presence. Is there anything you would seek from me on this cold and beautiful morning?
No.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Very well, Captain Fedorov. Please continue on your wondrous crusade to protect the people of Maester. I wish you luck, and I wish that the Sapphire God protects you on the way.
And you can see she sort of looks down towards all of you, a recognizing glance, perhaps from the stories that Liliana Brighton, the Lord Commander, the leader, the High Exarch of the Order of the All-Seeing, would have shared with all of you. There are stories about all of you, and you can see this Azur woman. She recognizes who all of you are. In that moment, she doesn't choose to say anything in that moment, but you can start to see the cogs begin to turn. A look of recognition, ideas, but she chooses not to capitalize them on that moment. With that, you can see Captain Fedorov. He sort of looks to all of you and says, "Yeah, we should probably go now." As all of you make your way out of the cathedral and begin walking towards spot number 10, all brothers in.
Bianca was going to ask as we were leaving that to Roman. So you said that was a pretty strong group, but is this like an ideology that's pretty well had across Maester? Would you say it's about half? Do you follow this sapphire god?
That is a very hard question to answer. I've been in Maester for most of my life. For, like I said, the past 20 years, almost 22, like I said. 22 years. That is a little bit less than half my life. When I was in Fort Ivar, I worshipped the 9 divines that all of you are familiar with. It was part of my life, part of my everyday. I would go to the cathedral and pray in the morning, and I would go to the cathedral and pray at night. I was devout, I worshipped. When Fort Ivar fell, I thought of all the time that I spent praying that I could have spent training. How that praying did nothing for me in that moment. Maybe, with that little more training, I could have made the difference to save my people, to save the people of Fort Ivar. I know it's ridiculous, I know it probably would have done nothing, but ever since that moment, I haven't exactly been the most religious individual. I know the gods exist. I've heard great stories of how they commune with great heroes and their children, but they've never done anything for me, at least directly. So in terms of the 9 divines or this sapphire god, I personally find no stock in any of them. I prefer to act my life on my own merits, not for a deity that may not care if I live or die one day or the other. In terms of the people of Maester, though, it is a very popular ideology. I think about it. If you were born and raised in this place, and you were told of a god of sunlight, with a sun that you haven't seen for 2 years, how likely would you believe?
Yes, I understand why. I was just wondering. And you've been here a while, so is this woman, is she the first one to bring the sapphire god here, the knowledge of them? Or has this been even as going on even before her?
It predates her. That much is true. The idea of the Sapphire God has been something that has been prevalent in Fort Damaris, or in Damaris Keep, in Fort Ivar, and to a degree in Maester, ever since the fall of Damaris Keep long ago. It has been small whispers. This idea of a Sapphire God, a goddess of, or a god or goddess of ice and snow. An elemental divine manifestation of some kind. So she is not the originator of the idea, but she is definitely the prophet, I suppose, who has capitalized on it the most. That much is true.
Well, thank you. Just wanting to gain a little bit more knowledge about something I never heard about.
Of course. Happy to assist in whatever way I can.
And I'll kind of look to the rest of you, see if any of you have any other questions, follow-ups about that.
Cecily has a somewhat sour expression at the whole concept, but she won't say anything unless prompted. But she's clearly like not hiding the fact that the whole idea just kind of to her.
Do you know around a percentage of people that possibly worship this god?
Oy.
That many.
It is an uncomfortable number. Of course, this is just a shot in the dark. I haven't asked everybody that I've talked to. But in conversations I overhear over the past several years, I would guess maybe 60-70% of the people at least have some type of passing belief in this faith.
And she hasn't done anything suspected of maliciousness.
No, in fact, she works very closely with Liliana Brighton, the Lord Commander, to help maintain peace in the city. So there's the iron fist of her rule and the soft love of Azor, and they work together very well.
Wouldn't call that love, but okay.
And as long as it keeps the people's morale high.
Yes. You might not call it love, but people feel heard when they go and speak with her. I don't know. Like I said, not for me, but it helps these people. There's that at least. Alrighty. So,
Next stop on the tour.
you walk
Oh, yeah,
past.
you can see all that.
You walk past spot number 10, and you can see that this is a rather lively, large tavern. You can see from the outside there is this aggressive rowdiness coming from within that you can hear. It is bright, it is alive. You can hear it from standing outside.
Oh, the fucking audio isn't okay. For some reason, it sounded like Bella was crying, but because of the audio in here, that's why I was like, "What the hell?"
So, as all of you make your way towards the door, you can hear the sounds of nature fade in the background as you make your way in.
What
You
was
can
the name
hear
of this tavern again?
the All Brothers Inn. As you make your way in, you can see a collection of people happy, rowdy. You can see gambling. You can see arm wrestling competitions. You can see people that are doing knife throwing in the corner, people that are practicing their, oh my God, what is it called? The 5-finger, where you, with the knife and you... Yeah. You can see people clapping. You can see a group of bards sitting on a stage at the very center of the tavern, currently playing and plucking away at their instruments, changing out every once in a while, just to give the other person a break from what they've been doing. And as all of this is happening, Cecily, Bianca, and Suni, and Keothi, you all see several people that you recognize. One of which being of significant importance because of how different he is now. You see a Leonin with fur of orange and red. You can see he's wearing heavy armor that is taken off in places, and you can see there is a greatsword that lays on the table in front of him, but you can see that this man is very different from the last time you saw him. You can see that most of his nose and one of his eyes is missing. You can see his teeth bared on the side of his face as the skin is now missing. You can see that his left arm and tucking underneath the table, his left leg are missing as well. You can see that he sits in a very large chair built for him. A chair with wheels on the side made of iron and wood. You can see he sits there, and as he looks at all of you and you look at him, you all see an individual you know very well. Alika Pridemane. The Leonin that all of you had met on your journey long ago. The leader at least of that small task force, so to speak, of the Bloody Brotherhood, but now, as you know, just the Brotherhood. You can see that as Alika sees all of you, he smiles, and he says,
Well, I'll be damned. When she told all of us to come here, I thought there was no reason to. I thought that nobody would have, in their right mind, would come to the end of the world to see a city frozen in ice, even you lot. But I guess, all things considered, last time I saw you, you headed to the end of the world anyway.
Honestly, it's just like our track record.
And I see you got a couple of new faces around you. Please, come. I'd love to get to know you a little bit more. And, well, I think there are a couple of individuals that'll be quite happy to see all of you alive and well.
and you can,
Yeah.
well, you can see Captain Fedorov. He kind of pauses for a second and says, I understand all of you are very excited to reconvene. I'm sure this is a joyous occasion for you, but Lord Commander Brighton, she did say she wanted to speak with him as soon as they got in the city. I've taken enough time as is. I want you to have your happy reunion, believe me, but I think it might be best to do it after their meeting. You can see Alika, he kind of...
All right. Fine, it'll give me a moment to muster up the troops, I suppose. Fine. You all be careful around Lord Commander Brighton. She is, well, she's something else. Well, it's nice seeing all of you, and I look forward to talking to you in a bit.
We'll see you soon, and thank you.
Smiles and nods. He toasts towards all of you and takes a drink. And with that, eventually you do head back out into the cold as the sounds of the tavern fade behind and the sounds of winter and cold return.
Thessaly will lean to Carosella and Ajax and just go, we got in a snowball fight with that guy.
Who won?
I don't remember.
I can guess.
I think it was us, wasn't it?
Were we on a team? I
We
thought we
were.
were just... Oh.
Yeah, it was us versus the Brotherhood, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I thought so.
No, I don't remember that.
Because I remember that's where I used all my expert training from Queen Dilar.
Of throwing snowballs.
Oh, yes. We have snowball competitions once a year.
Really?
Did that not come up last time?
No.
It did.
Oh.
I clearly don't remember what everyone else remembers.
I just remember disguising myself as their Dragonborn. Nadar, I think.
Sure.
Wonder if he's
I mean,
still
we can
around.
have a rematch.
Oh, yes. As you re-enter the cold, you remember how cold it is outside.
You know, these
Maybe
might
not.
actually do damage to each other.
Yeah. Ice balls instead of snowballs.
Okay.
A lot has happened since that snowball fight.
What do you mean? I don't
I'm-
see what you mean.
We walked into a pit of despair that led us to the end of the world right after. And the energy hasn't slowed down.
Okay.
We've never been the same.
No, it's never been the same.
As you move forward from number 10, the All Brothers Inn, you move into this middle small island, which you can see that all of the buildings on this island are interconnected. From this point through the gatehouse, all the way around the corner, all of these buildings have interconnected hallways that lead from one place to another. You can see the buildings are stacked 10, 20, 30 feet up in the air. And you can see that this entire area, as you begin to walk through, Captain Fedorov says, this here is the lodge. Those individuals who are either too tired from their fighting, from their training, those that were attacked by monstrous creatures,
the creatures of ice that emerge from the portals, or travelers that barely made their way here through the ice and snow, we allow them to stay in the lodge. It is one of our nicer places to stay, and clerics and those talented in healing arts, this is where they are. So perhaps for you, I understand that Goliath's age are deceptive, but at least from looking at you, I'm going to call you young lady. I hope that's not too big of an issue. And you can see Keothi kind of chuckles, but chooses not to correct him. All right. Hopefully they can take a look at the exhaustion I can see on you and maybe get you something so you're a bit more up and at 'em to do what's needed to be done in the next few weeks. So, I don't think there's anyone to introduce you to here, as it ends up that Lord Commander Brighton and myself determine who stays here and who doesn't. So, provided all of you keep up your good behavior, and he kind of narrows his eyes at you, Cecily, jokingly, rebels and all, you'll be allowed to stay here for the rest of your time.
All right.
Okay. And with that, you make your way around the bend, up many, many, many sets of stairs, and you can see that there are no pillars of heat in this stretch of road. And it seems to be a defense measure against individuals that may try and storm the keep, that are not the icy demons that you've seen before. And you assume that there is a reason for that. But as you make your way to spot number 1, as the gates open, as Captain Fedorov makes his way through, you all following behind him, greeting you at the gate, just a little bit ways in, as all of you stand underneath a pillar of heat. You can see an elvish woman. You can tell that she is incredibly old. However, her skin and facial features are still flawless, but the way that she looks at all of you, it's not scorn or distaste or anger. There's relief, but just from the way she looks, it is relief and tension and pain that has been there for many, many, many years. And you can see that weight on her shoulders. And it has been there for a long time. A very similar look that Illidur had in his face, the Blade Master, when all of you met him. So as she stands there and she looks at all of you, you can see her wearing heavy fur-lined robes. And you can see that at her waist, on the sword belt she has, there are 2 hanging hilts. As you can see that, of course, Lord Commander and High Exarch Liliana Brighton is the leader of this city and also the leader of the Order of the All-Seeing. As you see the tattoos and face paint on her, you can see that there is age to her, but also there is this wisp to her hair that sort of clings and falls in an unnatural way. But there's also an iciness clinging to her, as you assume in one way or another. She is influenced as an Air Genasi as well as being an elf. She stands there. You see Liliana Brighton. And I will go ahead and show to player, show to all. There you go.
Ooh, that's cool.
You see her stand there and look towards all of you. And she says,
You will not believe how happy I am to see all of you and know that you made it. You do not know me, and I know very little of you. But I'm so thankful to have your assistance in Maester. You have no idea how dire the circumstances are. Follow me.
And she begins to walk away towards the interior of the keep. And as all of you walk into the keep, following behind her, Captain Fedorov behind you, you can tell that there is a lot of work to do here in Maester, and the fighting has only just started. And with that, that is where we're going to go ahead and end tonight's session. And welcome to level 11. Hey!
Oh, I was just thinking we win a whole book at level 10. I was like, wow, we really. Woo!
Yes.
Yo! Oh, I get 6 level spells. Fuck! Oh! Oh shit!
6 level spells. Yep. That's why Keothi was able to cast Sunbeam. And I will have Keothi's sheet ready for you guys next week. So pretty much I figured that what you could do is you guys could, I'm going to give her an NPC sheet that is unique to her with some special abilities on there that are kind of powerful. As well as, since she is a cleric, I'm going to give her 6 one-time casts of different spells. So she may be able to cast Sunbeam once a day, or 6 different spells to fit the situations. On top of 2 abilities that'll be unique to her that you can use in combat. So what you can do is, starting next week when you guys do get into combat, you can choose to control her as a group, or maybe you can just have one person do it per session. It's entirely up to you. For the level up, what you can do is, to make it easy, you can take a long rest now, because you won't have any combat before you're able to take a long rest here in Maester. So you can take a long rest now and then level up just to make things easy. And trying to think, we will be here next Tuesday for the Salamander Coast, and we will be here Wednesday for the Tales of Everend, but not this Saturday. We won't be here for Isles, as we'll be missing Gemma and Kayla. So with 2 people gone, we're going to go ahead and cancel, postpone. We'll just still do something else. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll do something on that during that time. Probably not D&D related, because that's exhaustive to plan for. So might just be us dicking around doing something. So tune in for that, and we'll be excited to see you then. So be sure to tune in tomorrow for the Tales of Everend, or Saturday for some stuff. Or on next Tuesday for the continuation of the Adventures of the Salamander Coast. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we will see you next time.